Welcome to episode 31 of the Apocalypse Rescheduled podcast show series episode. This week's band name is Accidental Holocaust.
Look forward to the thumbnail.
We're going with it, aren't we?
Ben, they've already seen the thumbnail. They saw the thumbnail before clicking.
No,
Well,
dude, everybody knows it takes me weeks to get it on YouTube.
I look forward to the thumbnail.
Yeah, so, okay, a
They
few
don't get
people
to.
that listen to the podcast will see the thumbnail first because I'll send it to them. But other than that, you already saw it. Or you will never see it. So,
It's true.
yeah. That's it. There's no in between.
Those are the options.
Yeah.
You either see the thumbnail or you don't.
We'll have already seen, have seen the thumbnail. And various words that make that sentence make sense in that order.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Okay.
eventually...
Danny DeVito's
Jesus
going to be in the movie Dumbo.
Yeah.
Oh,
the one
man.
about
Danny
the
De-
elephant? The
No,
elephant
he'll
thing?
play like the ringmaster. I bet without even looking it up, he'll play the ringmaster. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or
Is this a live action
as
film?
another elephant.
Yeah, Corey, it's live action. Disney's doing all their movies live action now. Did you not notice?
I
He
don't
does.
like it.
He does play the ringmaster.
Ah.
Yeah, correct.
I don't know why I don't like it. It's probably because it's change, and I don't like change.
I've seen.
know, like
okay,
what?
how many of them have you seen, Thomas? Of let's say,
None.
I think there's been
No, Pete's Dragon. I've seen Pete's Dragon, and I didn't like
Okay, how many have there been?
it. At least 3.
There's at least 4 that I can think of.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, Pete's Dragon, Jungle Book, what's the fourth
Cinderella.
one?
Cinderella, I think, was the first one.
Shit, that happened?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing it back.
Oh, it is a live action.
Mm-hmm.
Alice in Wonderland. Does that count? That was Disney. I think that's the first
sure.
one.
Why not? Yeah.
I don't feel like counting Maleficent, which was the thing that happened.
Yeah, because that's not a story that they've done previously.
No, it has to have the same title.
And honestly, I wouldn't count that Alice in Wonderland either because it's a different story.
It is a different story. I don't think Alice fights
Yeah.
a dragon in the original one,
No, she does not.
or at least in the
Not at
movie.
all.
She might have
I
in the
honestly
books.
don't know what
nobody's
she
read
does plot-wise besides fall into. Like,
I couldn't tell you.
multiple
No, I have no
scenes
idea
in
what
the
happened.
first
Corey,
one.
do you know what happens
Like
in
she-
the Alice in Wonderland animated movie?
Cartoon. Yeah, the
I'm
animated one.
looking at. Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
It's
like falls into the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, she falls
I can
in the
tell you
hole and
things
she
that
just,
happen
like,
in the first
She just
10
stumbles
minutes.
from scene to scene.
Yeah, and she
There's
hangs
no like
out with
actual
the,
like. Yeah, there's no
the-
plot progression. Things just happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can think of things that happen in the story. She encounters a caterpillar that's smoking a hookah. There's a cat that disappears and has just his mouth for a while. There's a queen, and they have to paint rose bushes. But none of these are things that she does. They're just places she walks in. She walks into a place, things are different, and then she goes somewhere else. The latest
the
time
story equivalent of like a theme park ride.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
theme
basically.
park.
That's right.
It's like
I haven't
a
seen.
choose your
I
own
haven't-
adventure game.
I'm looking through this like fairy tale live action on IMDb. I haven't seen any of these movies.
Well, that's because they're almost universally garbage.
Well, actually, the 4 recent ones, at least half of them were good. I think
Wasn't Hansel and Gretel just the worst thing?
Hansel and Gretel doesn't count.
Oh, it's on this list.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
Well, what-
The ones
was
that should be on
fantasy
the
action.
the ones that should be on the list for certain are Cinderella, Jungle Book, and Beauty and the Beast.
See, a lot of these, actually, most of these movies are rated worse than Assassin's Creed.
I
Yeah.
wonder if you two will
Which
ever
is movie of the
realize
week,
that you're doing
everyone.
different lists.
What, Thomas?
I wonder if you two will ever realize that you're doing different lists from each other.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the actual list of what I would call the classical and modern
Yeah.
Disney movie animated remakes.
And
Which
Corey's just talking.
Corey's talking about
fantasy
just
action.
things that Disney made at some point.
No.
He's talking
This is
fantasy action on IMDb.
Oh.
well, I mean, like a bunch of the ones that you guys were talking about, like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I get it,
Riding
but
Hood,
we're just
Jungle
talking
Book.
about Disney movies that were animated that are being remade live action. Of which Jungle Book is the only one I've seen, I guess.
How was it?
Jungle Book is fine. Jungle Book is good. There's nothing wrong with Jungle
Okay.
Book.
I didn't like Pete's Dragon.
Well, I never
I
even
thought
saw
it
the
was
original
stupid.
Pete's Dragon, and
Me neither.
also Pete's
Jungle-
Dragon is like live action already, so it barely counts.
Jungle Book
Yeah, it
is the
was half
highest
and
rated
half.
one on this list of 36. So
Does the list include Beauty and the Beast?
yeah,
Okay, I didn't see that either because I don't care. When they do Lion King, I might see it. They're doing Lion King. I might see that.
Oh man, wait, isn't Idris Elba in that?
Yeah, probably. Well,
Idris-
I don't know.
Idris?
He was
whatever.
in Jungle Book.
they're doing a live action Lion King.
Yes.
I mean, they've done it for a while in like the stage productions.
Yeah,
which I
they've
hear are
those
very
are
good.
like fine, I guess. So why not make? But yeah, they're just doing all their old movies again because people will just go. Well, let me know when they're doing Hercules. I'll go see that.
Oh yeah, dude, that movie
Excuse
is
me?
great. I've seen the cartoon like 100 times, and I watched the
What
TV
is this?
show. What?
What is what, Thomas?
I want to actually read this before I bring it up. You guys keep going. Hold on.
Oh, you can watch Hercules from the Rock.
That movie is awful. I've actually seen it because it was on Netflix. And
Why did you even do that?
Because I'll watch almost anything on Netflix if I'm also doing something else.
Yep.
Just pull up like 10 hours of white noise on YouTube or something. You'll have a much better time.
But Hercules in that doesn't even, he's not even really Hercules. He's just a guy that's calling himself Hercules and he doesn't have any powers or anything.
That's what The Rock does, dude.
Yeah. Well, The Rock
This is just like
The Rock
this is just
shows
like
up
a
and
remake
says-
of the Scorpion King.
Yeah, The Rock shows up and says, "Give me my paycheck. I'll make you $500 million guaranteed, and we can all go home." Because I think he's the most. I think he's the highest, like grossing
Nope,
actor.
didn't even. No, it didn't. It only made 70 million, and the
Did
budget
it really?
was 100.
The thing was a
Yeah.
piece of trash anyway.
It
I'm
did
telling
really
you.
bad.
Apparently, Simba's gonna be gay,
What?
and it's still it's gonna be like a mixture of a real lion and CGI. So
Wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait.
instead of Nala, it'll be Naji, which is apparently a male lion.
So they're gonna ruin the movie.
Well, I mean, honestly, that will change basically nothing.
Yeah, that changed. There's literally no impact in the story.
But still, though, what the fuck?
Yeah, because they have to.
Are there even gay lions?
Yeah, there's gay every animal, dude.
That's not true.
Well, you're right. It's not 100% true. It's mostly true.
Yeah.
Penguins are gay as hell.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
That was
Faggot.
no man. Penguins are
Man,
super
why you
gay.
gotta make fun of Danny DeVito? He's great.
Because I love him so much.
We talked about Danny DeVito way too long earlier, and that wasn't even on the podcast. We need to stop
Yeah.
talking about Danny DeVito.
I think we should continue to talk about Danny DeVito. I think we should make this a podcast exclusive to discussion of Danny DeVito.
Well,
Danny
see,
DeVito
Thomas,
and
that
Jackie
subreddit
Chan.
only posts like once every 8 days, so there's not
Corey,
a lot of content.
then you gotta post to the subreddit.
Oh shit!
You
Thomas,
have to be
I'm
the
not,
change.
I'm not a poster, Thomas.
You got to be the change you want to see in the world, man.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was saying.
I don't think you'd want me to do that. The bad things would happen.
You gotta be the change you want to see in the world. Corey just starts putting on red armbands. Well, time to get to work, boy.
Speaking of live-action versions of things that already existed, we watched the Assassin's Creed movie last week, this week, whatever.
Yeah, that's our movie of the week this week, is Ass Creed.
So let's start out by just saying, don't bother.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun time.
It's just like completely, honestly, to me, it was completely inoffensive and completely unmemorable.
It's
Yeah.
like they have this thing.
I remembered. Oh, go ahead.
They have this, this game series that's like 20 hours of content because they just like smashed 3 games together.
First of all, they didn't do
Kind
any
of.
they didn't do any of the games. They did the
But-
premise
but-
of the game.
But I know, but they took the premise of the game, which is usually like 20 hours, and then smashed it into like 2 hours.
Right.
And you kind of got like, you didn't get enough Animus time, and then there was like too much real world stuff going on, and it was just, it could have been good.
It could have been good if
I
this
felt
was
like it could
if
have
they
been
did
good.
part of the story. I guess what.
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
one they didn't have enough time. You're absolutely right. They tried to do too much in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That's like the core problem of the movie, and obviously I didn't check any criticism for this movie because I had no plan on seeing it at the time anyway. But
I really.
what?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I assume that people were criticizing this movie when it came out because it was too confusing, and
Yes.
they don't explain enough about what's going on. Whereas if you've played the games, you're like, okay, I know exactly what's going on, and I know what's going to happen. So
Yeah, no, I haven't played the games, and I had several questions throughout the film.
right, because they didn't bother to explain anything because they wanted to do they wanted to do basically Assassin's Creed 1 set in Spain for a 20-hour game or even a 10-hour game if you manage to get through it real quick, but they wanted to do it in 2 hours. So that's your number one problem. What they should have just done was they should have had the first few hours of the game where there's hints, and then the Apple of Eden happens in a different movie.
Yeah,
That's what they
absolutely.
should have done.
That would have been fine.
Because in this,
Well, I don't-
there's like no assassination-ness, whatever.
No.
It's just people running around, and like, first of all,
Hey, we combat.
like, the assassins didn't even know about the apple in the first game. It wasn't even a thing. Like, I guess the head guy did, and he turned out to be evil. But like, it wasn't even an element.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows up at the end of the game and kind of ruins the game for me anyway. Like, I hated the ending of the first Assassin's Creed because it came out of nowhere. I was having a great time playing it, and then suddenly, now the Apple of Eden is involved, and it's super ambiguous what it does. Except that it makes one guy, it makes the boss guy, he can teleport, and now there's a bunch of him.
Yeah.
And you run around killing them one at a time. And I'm like, this is stupid, and it doesn't make any sense.
Why couldn't they just like call him, have him as be, Altair or Ezio or whoever they wanted to do? Why didn't they just do that? Why did they just have to, like, that's what I wanted to see.
Right.
I wanted him to be like, when I started the movie and I was watching, I wanted that to be Altair. I wanted it to be Altair's story.
And there's no story reason why he couldn't have been Altair, which, Thomas, you never played the games. He's the hero of the first game.
Yeah, I know that.
He kind of reinvigorates the assassins, the Brotherhood of Assassins. It's before then, it's sort of a, like, there's things going on with it. Doesn't matter. But
Okay.
There's no story reason why they did it. My guess is because they didn't want people to complain about it being different from the game.
fucking.
So they just appropriate the game and the game story and just put it in a different setting.
It was just, man, it could have been good. There was also like not enough animus stuff.
Yeah, they
There's
didn't.
There's too much real life stuff.
They spent way too much time in the present, and even when they're in the past, they have these completely pointless cutaways to what he's doing in the present, where he's like fighting
Which
smoke.
looks fucking ridiculous.
And he's just
That
like,
was
"Oh look,
stupid.
I'm stabbing
That was-
smoke,"
Also,
and they do it
doesn't make
all
any
the
fucking
time.
sense.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
none of it makes any sense.
On the one hand, it allowed a little bit of editing creativity where those cuts probably would have been in the movie no matter what, but it would have just been to a different shot of the fight, and it would have had that effect where people criticize it's like, oh, it was too jumpy. But this this made it stylistic, so to a certain extent, it's like a creative decision that makes sense. But still, I don't care what he's doing in the present. He's hooked up to a robo arm and he's punching smoke.
Which is not
we
how
talk
it works.
about decisions that don't make any
before.
sense, though. Let me fucking Mercedes Benz. Just first time you see the fucking Knights Templar, they roll up in the new G-Class TM SUV with the Mercedes logo right in the fucking center. Just vroom, right there. Hyper authoritarianism brought to you by Mercedes. Why do you want that associated with your brand?
Nice.
Come on, Mercedes.
I don't know, because just in movies, it seems like a lot of times the bad
the
guys
bad
either
guys are
have
cooler,
like giant
yeah.
Cadillac SUVs or like Mercedes, black Mercedes.
Yeah, I guess there's something to be saying about like the whole image of evil correlating with like both wealth and authority. So.
I don't think
And
you
those
see.
are things that you want to exude as a Mercedes owner. So.
Yeah,
That
and
makes sense.
Mercedes cars are like generally older people have them.
Yeah, because you have to
Yeah.
you have to have money to buy them, and young people
Well,
don't have
I mean,
money.
I mean, even like
Just like
younger
homes,
people
generally
have
older
BMWs
people have them.
versus Mercedes. It's just an older like people who have Lincolns or those fucking old cars.
Yeah. Another issue I take with the movie is that the Templars were way more mustache twirling than they generally are in the games. Where in the games it's like, oh, we're trying to accrue power so that we can sort of control like the history and make things go our way. And in
And in
the
this one,
movie,
they're just like,
we want
we need to eradicate.
we
free
must
will."
eradicate free will.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And
Look at me,
there is
honestly,
one
what the
little
fuck?
bit of social commentary in the movie where they're like, we don't need to worry about free will anymore. Humans have already given up on free will. They just want to watch Netflix. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Fucking
You're
whatever.
wasting your time with this Apple nonsense. Just,
You've already done.
we already won.
Apparently, that was their thing.
One, the Templars in the games in the movie, the Templars have won in the future. The Assassins are a fringe group that don't seem to have any like social standing at all. They're living in like trailer houses or whatever. That's more or less the same across the movies and games. And in the past, they have greater levels of control, and it's sort of an ongoing civil war type situation.
But you don't see it all. You just see like two people running around.
In the movie, you're like, okay, they have all the assassins in a bunker, and they're using their brains to find the Apple of Eden. Except they just needed one guy. What were those other people doing?
Yeah.
What was Omar and unnamed Chinese woman doing?
They were just
keeping
we've got an assassin.
An eye on them?
Let's go check in the past and see if they were useful. Nope. Why are they still alive?
There has to be a ton cut from this movie because his dad shows up and is completely inconsequential. He's like, okay, I guess I won't kill my dad.
You know what? Honestly, I'm kind of glad they had his dad back in, so his dad could be one of the few people to ever explain anything that happens to Michael Fassbender.
Also, they had a real actor.
No
playing
one
him.
bothers to take 30 seconds.
Nobody.
To say, hey, Fassy, here's what's about to happen. So he's just constantly screaming like, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, I'm glad that somebody here hadn't played any of the games, so you had some insight on what somebody that doesn't play the games would know. Because, like, to me, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's going on all the time, so I don't pay attention to the fact that I was just aware that it would be confusing to people, but like I couldn't figure out what specifically was missing because I already had that information.
Basically everything. Like they just don't tell Michael Fassbender, "Hey, we saved you from death, so to pay us back, you're going to be going on this giant arm thing, replaying some of your ancestors' memories for a bit." And then he wouldn't have been like, "Okay, sure, I won't fucking scream and try to murder 3 guards."
I think...
But no, they didn't want to take 30 seconds out of their day to do that. And also, why give him the arm knives? That was never explained.
Yeah, why?
Immersion, Thomas.
I mean...
They didn't give him a hood. They didn't give him a cloak or whatever.
Maybe they didn't have it.
Yeah, that would have been a much better idea.
Right, but why did they have the arm knives at all? Why did they have
doesn't make any sense.
the hidden blade is what they're
Further
called?
question... Why is the turning point in, like, the present-day plot jumping too hard for Robo-Arm to handle? That's fucking retarded.
How could it...
Just anything else.
How much, like, it could only bear, like, 300 pounds of weight at most? Like, that's ridiculous.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
To be fair, is made that by that woman.
And also, she just says, leap of faith underneath her breath for no fucking reason. I assume it's a callback to something in the game.
You're supposed
because it means
to know.
nothing
You're supposed to know,
me outside of that.
Why would she say that under any
shittiest writing
circumstances?
I've ever seen. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe because she read about it and she's, you know... She saw one in real life or something.
It's like if in Spider-Man 1, when Tobey Maguire is jumping across buildings over an alleyway, somebody just looks up and is like, leap of faith. It's the most stupid fucking thing I've ever seen. People don't just say that.
Thomas, it's because
it makes sense for Toby to say it
in the games.
Doing it,
it's a big deal in the games. And I feel like it's just like something they had to throw in somewhere.
They didn't have to,
just,
man. Like,
they kind of needed to.
We knew what he was
doing.
They
could have had him say it when he's jumping down to his fucking death. That would have worked. Instead of her saying it for no fucking
her
reason.
Saying it makes no sense. He should have said it under his breath.
Sense.
Like maybe his mom said the phrase "leap of faith" to him in one of the earlier sequences. Like, you should have a flashback where she says "leap of faith" or something, and then he mutters it and jumps off the bridge. That'd have been fine, but no, she whispers
that'd have been fine. That'd have been also shitty writing, but it'd been excusable shitty writing.
Because you're like, okay, I get why that's just why would somebody have said that instead of don't bother, who cares?
Oh man,
we'll have our big cult meeting at the end, and Michael Fassbender will just show up and kill Michael Ironsides. Or whatever his name is.
Did they not have
Jeremy
any
Irons.
Armed security?
What?
They really needed more armed security because what the fuck?
The Templars are like, okay, we already won. It's fine.
Also,
nobody radioed in.
Why exactly did Omar tell Fassbender to kill himself at the beginning?
Who knows?
Because it's Omar.
He told him that so that they couldn't find the apple.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like they don't bother to tell you that.
Should have just pushed him.
But you know, nothing about the future part makes any sense, and there wasn't enough of the past. So ultimately, it's just a mess.
Yeah, like the first game, you spend like 95% of the time in the past, and the parts that are in the future are generally just like flashbacks when you're sleeping that are like 5-minute cutscenes that
Yeah.
you just look. You can get out and walk around and talk to people.
Yeah, but there is nothing to do in those sequences.
Yeah.
Like all they do is offer you a little bit of backstory for the future part. The first game handled that really well because it's like, this is our world building. You're learning about the present. Actually, I think it was the future. I think at the time it was 2012 and the game came out in 2006. So it was kind of the future.
The far off year.
Well, see, they did, Thomas, they did the Mayan prophecy of the Earth ending. That was part of the game.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
There was a solar flare that was going to destroy the Earth, and the ancient civilization, the precursor, what are they called? Whatever, doesn't matter.
Oh, the ancient people?
The first people? Something
I don't
like
even remember.
Whatever they're called, they're like, okay, make sure the humans know that in the year 2012, after Jesus gets killed, that the sun will go supernova. Well, not supernova. A solar flare will fly out and try and hit the Earth, and they have to go activate the planetary shield that we built underground. I think that's what happens. I forget. For some reason, Desmond dies when he activates it. It was super. I don't remember what happens. Assassin's Creed 3 was trash, but
I never played that game.
yeah, none of that's in this. Like they mentioned that maybe a previous civilization made the apple, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's all you need. That part I'm glad they did. No ghost showing that with a Roman god name showed up to tell people what to do, which happens in the games all the time. It's like, oh look, Minerva's here, and she's gonna tell us that we got to save. Wait, no, yeah, I think it's Minerva. Minerva's the good one, and then Juno's the bad one. Yeah. Anyway, that's Assassin's
like
Creed.
My movies starring Michael Cera.
I like Ezio's and Altair's story, which are the first 4 games.
Did you ever play Revelations?
Yeah, dude, I played it. Yeah, I know you didn't like it, right?
I just got bored. I got to the part where they had a tower defense thing, and I was like, "This is stupid," and I stopped playing.
I really liked that they ended Altair's storyline, though.
Yeah,
that's what.
I know what happens in the games. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I guess what I got mad about Revolutions was there was going to be no forward progression of the modern day storyline, and that's established early on. It's like, okay, he's in a coma. At the end of the game, he'll wake up from the coma, and then they'll do the next game. And I was like, okay, I don't care, because at the time I was invested in the present story game. Like I was like, I want to know what happens in the present. Then it turned out to be dog shit, and then that was disappointing. But other than that, that's basically why I didn't get into Revelations. Also, the smoke bombs, like there was all this building bomb mechanics, and this is stupid.
Yeah. But I was totally sold on the Altair story. Like, in the games when you get his sword, when you start acquiring his stuff, and then the ending when you find him and stuff. I love that. That was the last game I played. Like I have 3, and I think I have 4, and I haven't bothered. I may never play those games.
4 is my favorite one in the series.
Yeah, but I'd have to play 3 first, and I don't know that I can.
You don't have to play 3.
That game. I mean, but I need to, Ben. It's the next one.
Yeah, but even if you did, you would never play Rogue, and you certainly wouldn't play Unity. No one played
Aren't
Unity.
those games on the PSP or whatever?
No. Rogue came out. Rogue and Unity came out at the same time. Rogue was for the 360 and PS3. Unity was for Xbox One and PS4.
Oh.
Rogue was more pirate stuff because the old technology can't handle our new graphics. And Unity was, look at all these fancy new graphics which actually don't run on console.
Oh, yeah.
It was super glitchy and it didn't work.
Fucking nerds.
And then you were like, okay, the PC port will make it work. But then it was a terrible port, so it worked even worse. So nobody played that one. But Syndicate is also really good.
Yes, Corey.
Oh, I sold that game. That's right.
Yeah.
I had that and I sold it. When are you going to play Assassin's Creed, man?
Yeah, play the first one.
At some point, man.
You have the game.
I'm still playing Breath of the Wild.
Are you?
Thomas, you're 200 hours into that game.
How are you still playing Breath of the Wild?
I'm upgrading all of my armor.
Thomas, have you new game plus the game?
There is no new game plus.
Okay, then what is there that you're still doing?
Upgrading all the armor, which involves hunting down materials to do that with.
But why?
Finding Korok seeds to upgrade to fully increase my inventory slots.
Aren't there 900 of those seeds though?
There's 900, but you only need 440 some of them.
Are you gonna get all 900?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bother with that shit because that's too much.
So upgrading all your armor and stuff. What's the point of doing this though?
135 hours is the actual count. It makes your armor better.
But do you have more things to fight?
No, he doesn't.
Nope. I really don't.
He doesn't. Stop playing the game.
Yeah, I honestly should.
Play Assassin's Creed
I think
1.
I've reached the point where the enemies don't get any harder.
Play Assassin's Creed 2. Your uncle shows up
play
and
the
he
first
says...
one. What's wrong with you, Ben? You play the second one first.
Well, the first one, the combat in the first one's kind of trash.
Is the second one completely separate from the... Is there any Altair in the second one? I don't even remember.
There's not. The second one is... The second one...
Ezio?
Yeah, the second one says, like, look, we've improved all the mechanics and now there's a story that's more interesting than the first one. The second one, and then into Brotherhood. Brotherhood doesn't do enough with the story. But other than that, I think Brotherhood's probably one of the best games in the series.
Yeah, dude, back in the day, like... The early 360 days, like the first sequels of games were like huge.
Yeah, it was
step-ups.
like Gears of War, and then Gears of War 2, Mass Effect, then Mass Effect 2, and Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2,
steps.
BioShock 2. All of them were great. Like they all made these huge improvements because like in the early, like okay, we don't know how to use this console, figure it out.
But I mean, not even that, but even just like they actually try. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear all these things about how Andromeda is like awful. Like I don't know.
Yeah, Andromeda's just a mess.
and
Okay,
shit.
We'll talk about Andromeda just because why not? I like the Mass Effect series. I even like 3. The ending's annoying, but you know, games don't have good stories generally. That's just a fact of the matter. Like the best you get is
those kind of
the
kind of games like Mass Effect where they're like big world stuff. The story isn't
the story.
great.
Yeah, the story is almost critical to Mass Effect 2 to Mass Effect as well. Let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was handled poorly in 3, which put so many people off. Even though 3 stripped out even more of the RPG stuff, but it's a good action game. Honestly, between the first 3 Mass Effect games, anybody that plays like a console game at all can enjoy one of them. Like you might not enjoy all of them, but there's something there for anybody between the 3 of them. But Andromeda, from what I hear, obviously there's a lot of animation problems. The animation in the game is terrible. That's what everyone is saying, is that the animation is awful, and that all the like the face mapping and the look of characters looks plastic and inhuman. They look like monsters.
Like ass.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, is like, okay, you had a system before that no one had a problem with,
and they just removed their entire animation team,
yeah, what did they do? Now here's the thing: Mass Effect Andromeda, for all I'm not sure who developed it. Ubisoft has a bunch of development teams, and BioWare may as well. I know BioWare is the developer, but BioWare maybe like first of all, after Mass Effect 3 was a long time ago, so they probably lost a lot of the staff since then, just through people leaving, new people coming in, whatever else. So it's probably not a lot of the same people. But that being said, you had a system in place before, and like I think they use Frostbite. I'm not sure what engine they're in, so like I don't know why. Like framework animation like isn't going to change that much. Like yeah, you have to make some new stuff, but like it's not complicated.
Oh shit, you're right. I'm watching a video here of the animations, and it does look awful.
You're just wondering what happened.
Like, there's several like instances where they have female characters with the male animation rigs, and it doesn't work out because their shoulders are like splayed out like, to an inhuman degree, and they look like some sort of weird stalking pterodactyl monster thing.
No, I'm watching like someone punch someone, and it looks like it's like it takes him like 10 seconds to get his arm to the person, and then the other person reacts really quickly and throws him. It's just like.
Is that the one where the person hits their head on the table and there's a dust cloud for no reason?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god!
Exactly. This is terrible.
What the fuck?
So
it looked like PS3, like Xbox 360 tier shit.
And this game was delayed like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
This game was supposed to come out, I think,
that.
like this time last year, and then it got pushed to the end of last year, and then it got pushed to now. Like it got pushed like a week at one point, I think. So on top of that, the story is fine. I don't think people care about it much. It's kind of boring. The problem, obviously, is that coming off Mass Effect 3, they had to do something radically different. So Mass Effect 3 basically ruins the chance for a sequel. So the only option that they had was, what if before Mass Effect 3's ending, we sent out a multi-generational spaceship and or cryo ship off into the Andromeda Galaxy? So there's no connection to anything previous except that like they have the same history, but like there's no going back to Earth. There's no anything. So you just have the species that people liked from the original trilogy were on a ship, and now they're in the Andromeda Galaxy and have to find new planets. That's the plot that I know. I'm sure there's other stuff going on. Like, somebody has to be evil, because otherwise, what's the point? You don't have a story. And I've heard there's too many currencies in the game that make it, like...
Oh, no.
Not like micro... But, like, things to collect. There's too much stuff to collect. Too many different kinds of resources and all sorts of... Like, that kind of stuff.
It's really sad to see, like, good game series that I played younger just kind of get ruined.
Yeah.
Call of Duty got ruined.
We'll talk about Call of Duty in a minute.
Assassin's Creed. It's like, I don't understand.
Here's the thing, Corey. Assassin's Creed is fine now. Like, the most recent game was Syndicate, I think. And Syndicate's good. Syndicate's, like, Brotherhood quality. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, the worst Assassin's Creed ever got was, this story sucks and I don't have anything fun to do.
But, I mean, at the same time, I understand from, like, EA's point of view, it's like, coming up with a new...
How do we make more money?
Exactly. Coming up with a new IP is, like, expensive, and it might not deliver when you can just pump out another Battlefield clone, or some shit. Because, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, I've been actually looking at a lot of that, and the game looks fucking great. And it was that exact same situation where that company was the company that made the Killzone series.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, oh, we can pump out another Killzone, or we could take what we've learned, from making these games and try something completely new. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, which has some crazy great score, like a 90 or something, came out. And, I just wish more things were like that. But again, I don't know how the industry works.
We'll just do video game news real quick, because there's a couple other things to talk about. You guys know For Honor?
Yeah.
Everybody's mad about the currency system. Moving on.
Oh.
What?
The customization in the game, in order to unlock all the customization,
come on.
you have to play the game for like 2.5 years at like 2 hours, at like I think 5.
Or buy it?
Yeah, no, at like 5 hours a week. For 2.5 years, you would unlock everything, or something like that.
Or you could just pay for it.
Or you can pay the total is $700.
Fucking seriously?
To get all the customization stuff, yeah.
Fuck those people, man.
So people were mad about that. There's no, I tried For Honor. I was like, this is boring. I don't care. And then
it is, man. It really is. Like, I just don't care about that. They keep making these games that are like, I just don't care.
Generally speaking, I would say multiplayer only games are boring as hell, but then Overwatch. So, but you can have an exception and it's fine. I can't think of any other ones. So
what Overwatch does and why it keeps it interesting is because they keep changing the heroes.
Shit. Everything is so
adding shit.
Everything's so all the heroes are so radically different that even if you play one hero for like 20 hours, it's just somebody different, entirely different experience.
Yeah. For Honor's not going to do that.
No, For Honor is you slash at people with a sword or you stab at them with a spear.
And they're not going to change like certain characters and balance. They're not going to do that. It's not going to be the Overwatch.
The only other interesting gaming news, I guess, is Call of Duty World War II.
Again?
Stuff come out?
It's called... No, yeah, it's been leaking. It's basically... I don't know if it's 100% confirmed by like an official source, but it is confirmed. The next one is Call of Duty World War II. That's the title.
That's a fucking stupid-ass title.
Well, what do you want, Thomas? It's called Call of Duty World War II. That's the new one.
Don't...
You know what's stupid, Thomas?
Anything?
Call of Duty World War II 2. That's what's stupid.
Oh.
In 3 years, when Sledgehammer...
3 years, he says.
No, it's 3 years because they have 3 developers working on it, Corey. It's a 3-year development cycle now because this is the Sledgehammer one. They have Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer now. And this is the Sledgehammer game. So in 3 years, it'll be Call of Duty World War II
and a half.
I don't know, but
did they go too far in the future?
Yes, everybody hated it. Everybody hated the last one because of how far in the future it was.
It's just a shitty Halo game.
Yeah, it is. Everybody's running on walls and throwing spiders that track you and explode.
Oh no, what it is a shitty Titanfall game.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like first Titanfall 2 didn't do as well as it should have, honestly, because Titanfall 2 is great. But
Titanfall in general looks
Titanfall is awesome. Like if you see Titanfall 2 on sale, you should get it. But like not more than 50% off because I'm not paying 75% for a game. Get out of here.
Oh man, hold on, this is hilarious. Some breaking news. Adult Swim aired in the slot for Dragon Ball Super just now, the season 3 premiere of Rick and Morty.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Now we got to go watch that.
Today on April Fool's Day. They decided, just put it in the Dragon Ball Super slot, and we'll tell no one.
Honestly, like, Adult
It's
Swim is nails it. Of all the channels, Adult Swim's the only one that feels like they have fun. Everything else is it's like a business, but then Adult Swim feels like an actual
have
creative
you ever watched
Cartoon Network is like they're given a lot more creative control to like a lot
there's good stuff going on there, more so than everything else is just a TV station. There's not like a personality to
feels
it.
Like
but I feel like I could
and Disney
describe
Channel feel
Adult
like
Swim and Cartoon
committee.
Network's personality. I feel like it's possible to do that. Versus what do you know about FX? What do you know about AMC? There's nothing. It's like, oh, they like to talk about their shows after the show is over, and they put talking something, and then you're done. That's it.
Talking Dead or whatever.
Talking Wheels,
that's
Talking Bad, Talking. I don't know. I don't remember what they are, but yeah. No. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Andromeda. If it's like $12.50, I'll probably get it at some point.
Nah, man.
Like $12.50 is the point where I'll come in at $10. I'll buy almost any AAA game for $10.
I'll wait until it's free, which is basically always. But
yeah, Ubisoft will actually eventually give away a lot of games free, but not EA.
Yeah, like next Christmas maybe.
EA, no, but that's what I'm saying, Thomas. EA won't give away a free Mass. Like the DLC for like Mass Effect 2 is still full price.
I don't know. My brother bought Mass Effect 2 for $2.50.
Yeah, they have gotten really cheap over time.
Yeah, what's it? GameStop.
But Mass Effect 2 was like 2008 or 9.
Speaking of GameStop,
what about
them?
They're
basically dying, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
That's why they had a bin of games out there, 4 for $10.
How many stores did I see? They
100.
Had, like...
They're shutting 100.
No. Total.
Total.
Around. They had like 8,000 stores in the U.S. or something.
Fuck, dude.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've tried to shift their business model away from like being what they were into an entirely different thing, but they're just bleeding money at this point.
They should just like turn into like, I don't know, servers, because that's an online. Everybody's gonna buy shit online.
Wow.
Look.
I mean, if they did like a retail marketplace that kept things in stock more than anything else, then they would actually absolutely make bank.
Well, Thomas, they very purposefully don't have stock so that you'll buy a used version of a game.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, if they did that for like a new system for their online shit.
Other than buying consoles, like what's going to save? Like honestly, the exact same thing that happened to Blockbuster is happening to GameStop.
I guess there's not enough retro shit.
No, if they had been buying like really old stuff from the beginning, like if they had kept buying old consoles and not stopped buying, like okay, you can't sell us your DS anymore or whatever. If they'd been doing that continuously, they would have a huge backlog and people would actually be like, okay, I want to buy a Super NES. I'll go in and get one. And they would have one. But that's the problem, is that they didn't do that and they don't have the stock. Because what do they have now? They have new games and they have buy services from us for no reason at all.
And 600 copies of FIFA 2020.
Yeah.
Because
per store.
The kind of people that go to GameStop are the people who play FIFA.
Yeah. So I want to buy a game. I don't want to like download it because I don't want to pay more for my internet. I'll just like you're only buying FIFA. You buy one game every year. That's it.
Yeah.
So
honestly, if people like if game development companies have like done just solid state shit more consistently instead of this disc garbage, then downloading wouldn't be as much of a thing.
I have something to say on that.
Like, if you have the solid state shit, you don't have to install anything anymore, man. You just put it in there.
I have something to say on that. But first, like, how did GameStop not see this coming?
I don't know.
I mean, they probably did.
Honestly,
and they
Corey,
didn't do anything about
it.
Somebody saw
members
it
on the board who are like, shit, nobody believes me.
Steam came out in 2003.
Yeah, but like Steam has only realistically, Steam has been like a threat to their industry for 6 to 8 years, like at most.
Yeah, somewhere on there.
I bought a game.
That's a long time.
I think I first bought a game on Steam in like 2009, and I don't know when it started selling games. Probably much earlier, but like the Steam as an idea, like when did the Steam sale become a meme? When was the first big year for that? Like 2010 or 11?
I don't know. It's got to have been earlier than that because I had known about it. previously.
Yeah, but nobody like there was a period where they were like, okay, it's like remember when Humble Bundle was good? Steam was the same way.
Oh yeah.
Like there's at some point in the market where they're like, okay, we'll lose money now, and people will buy stuff from us because of these huge discounts, and we'll like capture part of the market. But honestly, it's not super complicated when you look at your business from like a quarterly perspective. What's happening 2 years down the road doesn't even come up on the horizon.
Yeah, I guess the company's too big for. Yeah.
There's very few places that are like honestly planning long term.
Yeah, I guess
Because
Yeah,
somebody will come in
right.
and be the CEO of a company for a year, and then they'll leave. So they don't care what happens afterwards. It's fine. It's not their problem.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, man.
The thing I wanted to say
Show
on
up, fuck some shit up, get paid, and leave.
Yeah, like
thing
the
I wanted
Yahoo
to say about
CEO.
She cashed out, dude. She did great.
Yeah.
After losing the company like 20%
That's
of
the
their
dream,
wealth.
man.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
walk out.
But
just
I mean,
fuck
it's
everything
Yahoo.
up. Walk out with $22 million.
It's
Just
Yahoo.
roll on out
though.
of there in a brand new car.
Honestly, why has Yahoo been worth so much money for as long as it has?
because man,
It's like they don't
old people
provide
have
anything.
The internet too.
They
They
do though.
Yeah, I know they have services, but like, who uses them? They
Old
honestly, what Yahoo has is they own things that like other companies made. They bought things. That's how they managed to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like for example, AOL, like they're still around.
Yeah, I guess technically, but like Verizon,
but-
Verizon bought them, so you know.
But the point is like they shifted pretty well. Now they just make fucking some kind of software shit. Like they saw that they were gonna get fucked and they changed, which is good. I don't.
And they still have their 3 or 4 million people using their dial-up internet somehow.
God damn. But what I wanted to say on the solid state thing is, I saw somewhere that the Switch's cartridges cost quite a bit to make.
They
So
cost like
just
$5
games-
each.
Yeah, versus like pennies for discs. So just generally, games on the Switch are going to cost more.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna cost us $60. It's just gonna cut into margins a bit.
Oh,
Yeah, well, they'll either.
I don't think so.
Thomas,
I don't
no,
think that's
they'll
confirmed.
Nintendo won't let them cut into their profit, so that's not even. It'll
Yeah,
either
no,
be
it'll go into, like,
either be the
developer
distributor
profit,
eating the cost, or it'll be an increase in price.
I think
I mean,
it'll.
all I know is so far it hasn't been anything for $65.
Right, but
And I
so
doubt
far
they'd
it's
be
been
able to get
it's
away
been almost exclusively like first party Nintendo.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like there haven't been a ton of Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But there is the other issue where like I forget somebody was working on a Switch game and they were like, okay, we can get this cheaper version of the Switch cartridge? Yeah, cartridge is the word. And it won't be able to hold all the information we need and people will just have to have a download. And then there was some news about it, and I think they backed off doing that. Now they're going back to like the full price one. But it's already turning into a little bit of a thing. But nothing's come out yet, so it hasn't been
that's
breaking
fair.
news. Eventually,
I mean, like-
eventually people will be like,
Like,
this
honestly,
cartridge
the
costs
idea
too
of
much
just,
money, and
like-
the price of the game will probably go up.
The idea of like having just like, oh, it's a fucking 32 gigabyte thing that you just stick into there. Like it's just a USB with the game.
Yeah.
Instead of just a fucking disc. It just works out a lot better because you don't have to install like 8,000 fucking gigabytes of bullshit.
Which is good because you wouldn't be able to. What with the what
it
the-
works. It saves
with the
up,
what's the usable capacity of the Switch is like 27 gigs or something.
Yeah, it's about 27, 28 gigabytes.
Yeah.
That's a joke, dude.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, that's why they have the solid state cartridge.
yeah, with the solid state cartridge, for most games it won't matter because it'll just okay. The information for the game is on the cartridge. You plug the cartridge in and you're done.
But DLC downloads to the console.
And honestly, you know what that means? That's a glimmer of hope for GameStop.
Yeah.
That's GameStop saying we gotta get this Switch shit selling, man. We gotta sell Switches like crazy because people will have to come to us to buy the games.
That's Nintendo's marketing strategy right there. Is making another company lean on them to survive.
But no,
Oh,
DLC
man.
is downloadable, right?
I think so. I
Yeah,
assume
that's
so.
what it stands
That would
for.
have to
Is
be.
I mean, yeah.
It's not good. They're not going to mail you another cartridge.
27. That's what Halo did, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Day,
back in the day,
it's
you got
crazy.
yeah. You had
The
you would
map
go
packs
get-
came on a disc because
Yeah.
that's the way it came, dude.
Maybe you can install it to your cartridge, man.
Oh, can you?
I don't know.
But didn't you buy the?
I would be surprised if
It
the
hasn't come
cartridges
out
are
yet,
writable though. That would be a surprise for me.
I mean, why not? Fuck it.
Because that opens the back end for like homebrew.
Everything opens.
And look, you're right, Thomas.
They've already
Eventually,
done it. People have already done it.
Right. Eventually, the console will be homebrewed to hell, and it'll just be hacked, and it'll
They didn't
be
even
whatever.
put a fucking web browser on the thing, and people have already like fucking homebrewed a web browser into it.
Right.
And then from that, homebrewed a fucking GBA emulator.
Right. But are people stealing Breath of the Wild yet?
Yes, they did that immediately, but for the Wii U.
Okay. Yeah, because the Wii U got hacked forever. Like, I don't know why Nintendo. I assume it's just a publicity thing. I assume all the consoles get hacked, but for some reason you only hear about Nintendo.
What? No, Sony gets hacked all the time.
No, I meant
You hear about it.
the console.
Oh, like a homebrew shit?
Yeah, like I never hear about that for Microsoft and Sony, and it has to be going on. But every time I'm like,
no, it's
the 3
absolutely going on.
when the 3DS got hacked, I heard about it like the next day.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
because
know. I
they
think
don't
it's because,
care.
Like, I think it's because the Nintendo community is like more like invested in backwards compatibility. And they're like, well, we've opened this up to even more things, and also with Nintendo's homebrewing things, you could just have everything on the eShop. Like,
yeah,
just natively.
and
You were just like-
Nintendo has so much invested in selling you their old games again, which isn't really something that goes on so much with the other two main consoles. Like you have remakes, but other than that, it's like, yeah, you can buy an old game, or you can just throw your 360 disc into an Xbox One and it works for whatever reason.
But it's different. Like playing old Nintendo games.
Everybody wants to. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Everybody wants to play
it's
an
a
old
weird
Nintendo
thing.
game. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to go back and play like fucking Crackdown 2.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's an interesting thing.
that's not entirely true. I mean, I've had the urge for like a couple moments to go back and play Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot is like Nintendo adjacent, though. When you think about it,
look how well that the NES thing sold. Like,
Yeah,
if
but-
Xbox
okay.
or Sony came out and with the same thing, they wouldn't sell shit.
right? It sold out, but they didn't make that
Yeah.
many. Nintendo never makes enough of anything.
But the demand
Except
was,
Wii U's.
there was so much demand. People were paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these things.
Right, but that all they need, like double like 100,000 units is still 200,000 units, though. Like even if they had doubled the demand, like we don't know how many there were to begin with. I don't think there were that many of that thing, like what was the NES Classic? That's what it was called, right? I just don't think there were that many of them. So it's pretty easy for demand to radically exceed
1.5
supply.
million.
Okay, like there's 1.5 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It's quite a bit more than I would have guessed. I would have guessed like 500,000. But is that U.S. or global?
Looks like global.
Yeah,
Global.
which means
Those things sold for like what, $60 initially?
were they that much?
Yeah, I think
I
maybe
think so.
50.
I thought
but
they
it
were
came with
50.
like 30 games or something.
Yeah.
It's a great deal, honestly.
Yeah, if like that's the thing.
Even though it's a Raspberry Pi with games on
having
it.
played almost none of those, I would be inclined to get it just because it's neat.
It is pretty
Good
neat.
fucking luck.
Yeah. Even though you
It's
can play you can play all those
$172.98
games
right now.
You can play all those games
on
on an
Amazon.
emulator, but it's not the same experience. Even if it's like an emulator on there, like I don't have the controller. I wouldn't be playing it on
You
a
gotta
TV.
have that Nintendo brand controller because they know how to do those button presses.
Well,
just
you know,
right.
when like that's the thing about Nintendo. Every single console generation, it's like, okay, they got something really right, they got something really wrong. I don't know why.
Name one thing wrong with the Super NES.
I couldn't tell you a single thing about the Super NES, Thomas.
Really? Well, fuck you then, buddy.
I can't even picture. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the controller looks
The
like. I know
answer is,
nothing.
The answer to that question is, Ben, that they fucked over Sony and created a competitor.
Oh
in the
right,
process
that
of
was the
development.
when it was the Nintendo PlayStation, and then Sony had to go off and spin off their own
Yeah.
thing.
What about the GameCube? What's wrong with the GameCube?
Design, it looks like trash. Also, it was
looks like a
it was
lunchbox.
underpowered.
I don't know about.
It was underpowered compared to the other things.
Yeah,
at the
it was
time.
pretty
But that's
underpowered
but that's
for the
how
time.
Nintendo is. They're always underpowered.
Right,
Yeah.
but like at the that was the first time they were underpowered. Really,
Nintendo is the little Mac of consoles.
that was the first time that they
Pretty
showed
much.
up to the game late and like, oh, we didn't bring our charge our fuck it. I don't have an example. Fuck off.
Fantastic.
That was the beginning of that trend.
Yeah. But I mean, it's work. They're doing fine.
They're doing fine so long as they can churn out enough first-party Nintendo titles to get people's interest.
Like, seriously, they release a console with one game.
Yeah,
they
that's
like,
the
this is
thing.
fine.
Here's the thing, Corey.
They have so much confidence.
You know what the
Corey,
only console that's
thing's been
outsold
in
the Switch
development
is?
for 8 years. It worked.
I don't know, the Wii U?
Yeah, it's the Wii U.
Oh, hey,
That's the only console that's at launch that's outsold the Switch is the Wii U. So they need to wait to celebrate.
Yeah.
Like all the everything points towards profits and whatever else a Ferengi might want, but
But see, it's not even that
don't
hard
go blow
for
in
Nintendo.
your wad yet.
If
Yeah.
they pump out some Pokemon game,
That's
some
what
kind of Mario
here's the
Kart game,
thing.
that's it. It's over. They won.
Eventually,
Well, it's
Mario
only gonna take
Kart comes
time
out.
making quality products.
I understand that, but if that's coming, if
They can't
you
just
know that's
shit
coming,
out Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, and that's good that they don't. I'm just saying that if we know that that's coming, then they're good, and they probably do.
They
That's
need
probably
something
why they're
else.
so
Like,
confident.
okay, they need another big game this year. And I know, Thomas, don't say they have Mario. I know they have Mario. They need another brand name that people recognize to come out this year, I think. Like, yeah, it's great that you can say, okay, we have Smash Brothers in development. We have Pokemon in development. They'll come out in the future. I'm like, okay, that's nothing. Unless there's a 7 on the end of that year, I don't care.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart's
Which,
a
I mean,
remake, though.
It's a remake
With, like,
but the
3 or
Wii U
4 new
didn't
maps.
sell great.
Yeah,
so
but that's okay.
kinda,
It'll sell well, but like still, that's like a week away, a month away.
Hold on,
Yeah,
let me
you
pull
can't
up
have.
You can't have between
you can't have an
April and
8
November
months.
nothing.
Yeah, you can't have an 8-month like just dry spell of nothing new, nothing good new.
Shit, is Ukulele coming out?
Ukulele's still, nobody played ukulele when it came out for everything else.
Don't even know what that is. What
Ukulele is like a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie,
Oh,
starring Yuka and Laylee.
look at that.
Yeah. So
We've got the Sonic Mania, which I think is a bunch of people are really excited about that.
right, but
Yeah.
okay, is it by Sonic Team or is it by one of the other ones?
It's by Sonic. Team.
Okay. Because there's
That's
like,
why people are really
you know how
excited about
like
it.
Call of Duty's got 3 studios, Sonic
I
Team
know.
has like 10 studios somehow, and every one of them's trash except Sonic Team. And even Sonic Team
Yeah.
is like hit or miss.
No, that's why people are excited about Sonic Mania. And let's see what else we got here. Xenoblade Chronicles.
Name one person that's excited about a Sonic game.
And then make sure that I never meet them because Sonic fans are degenerates.
Ben, you're a degenerate.
Yeah, but like they're a different kind of degenerate that I don't associate with. Everybody's their own
That's
kind of
fair.
degenerate, Thomas.
Sonic just as like an idea is garbage.
And that that weird association that it developed with like Christian youth has always been so like
Yeah,
off-putting
that's
to
weird.
me. Like all the Christ imagery mixed with Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm like, I don't understand how this happened, and I don't even want to know really because it's just too weird.
Just let it die. Dude.
Yeah.
Let's see, big name.
Honestly,
big
when was
names.
Sonic ever good? Sonic 2, and then what? That's
Sonic
it.
Adventure DX.
Sonic Adventure DX is okay.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
That
Like
Mario
it's
Kart
no
game
Thomas.
was good.
It's no Mario Sunshine.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it's
Yeah,
nothing.
you're
Nothing
right.
is Mario Sunshine.
Like
I don't care
it's
what
kind
you
of
say.
Not
Mario.
even Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, it's kind of
Not
Mario
even Mario
64, but
Sunshine.
not really.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There's not many like big names apart from like Super Mario Odyssey and Splatoon 2 coming out.
Yeah, they've got a big 6-month gap in the middle of the year, where you're like,
Well, Splatoon 2 comes out in the summer.
that's true. Maybe
That's coming out soon.
first of all, like it's not fair to compare it to the first Splatoon because nobody bought the Wii U. But
Yeah.
Splatoon 2 coming out now, we'll see. The first one
It
didn't.
might do great.
Yeah, it might
The
do
first
great.
one
It
did
might do
great in
terrible.
Japan too.
Yeah.
The people who play
fucking ate that shit
Splatoon
up.
are the older people.
Yeah, Splatoon.
People who
like,
wanna play
you can
some kind of
say you can
multiplayer
say that
game.
Splatoon will sell to children because it's designed that way, but still, children are going to get ruined in any multiplayer game, and that's all that Splatoon has.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be.
Although to be honest, they'll just stay in the low rankings and they'll win half, lose half.
Yeah,
is
you know
fine.
what? Honestly, they probably won't even kill each other. The few times I played Splatoon, I was like, it sure is fun to paint walls. I'm having a great time shooting
Speaking of
paint
not
on the
killing
floor.
each other,
It's competitive Super Mario Sunshine, basically.
Yeah.
that
Except you're
Overwatch
the
game
enemies.
was fun.
What do you want? Yeah, you got anything to say about Overwatch?
No, I don't know. No.
Orisa came out, but we already talked about it.
Yeah, her.
There's
head's
there's
big.
no event yet. Everything's fine with Overwatch. New Lucio will come out and it will make things different, but that's it.
I still think he's gonna get heavy pick. I don't know.
No,
what's
no.
going
Most
on. Mercy
most
being
people
picked
think.
so much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly, it's because of the res. Like that's the only real change that they did was she's invincible during reses, and that's increased her pick rate by like 300% for some reason.
Yeah, I don't.
She was always popular in the low ranks because it's easy to play Mercy and you need
like,
another healer. But
your reses Mercy, unless you get the other healer in there, all those people are gonna die basically immediately.
right, and like when you res with Mercy, everything turns
Yeah,
yellow, and
point.
it's so easy for Mercy to just disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I hate it.
It's like, okay, Mercy res
God
everybody.
damn it.
She can't get killed when she's resing, so like that cooldown period, she just floats off and is just
Yeah,
gone.
I hate that shit, man. It's bullshit. Fuck. It makes me mad so much. Whenever Mercy reses someone, I just want to go kill Mercy, and then she just fucking zooms up to the Reinhardt on the bridge or some shit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But no, Corey, you're absolutely right. Lucio's pick rate will not go down until they get somebody with a more reliable speed boost.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. His
Until
speed
that
boost
happens,
is
he's
far
the
too
only
valuable.
one who can do that.
Lucio, no, here's
And
the
that's
thing.
just
I think Lucio will drop
priceless.
in lower ranks. I think
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
because Lucio,
they're bad.
as he's existed forever, Lucio was probably the easiest character to play well.
And that's why I have the highest skill ranking out of our group.
Yeah, but that being said,
Fuck you, Thomas. You need
60
a dick.
hours of Lucio.
when like the new Lucio that's harder to play, like the skill ceiling will be raised and the skill floor will be lowered. Well, skill floor raised. God, analogies are hard. Why do we bother?
Yep.
But anyway, point made. Or it wasn't, but who
Was it?
cares?
Well, see, the thing about Lucio in lower ranks, anyways, is people weren't utilizing him correctly.
No.
They just had heals on all
Yeah,
the
you
time.
just have heals
or they
on.
had speed boost
Yeah.
on all the time. They don't know how to like swap back and forth.
And that's
It's like
why-
they don't know
Yeah.
they could just swap any second they want.
That's why I
Or
feel
they
like he'll
just forget-
fall.
Or they don't like
in lower
emphasize
ranks.
the wall riding at all. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
half of his kit, basically.
Yeah. Or like one of the small things that make a big difference is like if there's a diva ult coming in, Lucio needs to turn on speed boost so you can get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
But no, he
It
still has
works.
heals
It's
on
good.
and everybody dies.
Because Reinhardt didn't put up his shield.
Exactly.
He tried to run
Because
away.
fuck you, Reinhardt.
Because those low rank Reinhardts don't know to put their shield up. They try and run and
40
hide behind a pillar.
hours, Ben, though. He kid had 40 hours of Reinhardt.
Corey and I
didn't
were
know what
playing
to
just
do.
quick play yesterday, and we were just running into some completely trash kids. This guy got shot in the head and ducked around a corner, and then he just walks right back out immediately, gets shot in the exact
She
same
was
spot.
hilarious. That was a 3-star Orisa. That was fucking funny,
Oh,
dude.
no.
They had walls
I mean-
up, and you could see him through the walls like, oh, I got shot in the head. Let's see if she's still there. Fucking hilarious, dude.
I mean, you're playing Orisa. You just accept that you're gonna get shot in the head.
Yeah, basically.
He probably just ducked into the corner out of instinct and was like, "Oh wait, I'm Orisa. This is just going to
It's
happen."
like, it's like when we were playing.
Yeah, but
it's
she's
like
got
no
two
one else was
like anti-sniper moves, man. All of her abilities
but-
save her.
Oh no! When we were playing and I was playing healer. Everybody was like, "Dude, why aren't I getting heals?" You know why? Because the Orisa is 1 health every fucking 5 seconds, and I'm just getting
The number of times I watched Orisa charge towards like the main entrance to an area and die before she even gets there. Like she died out. Like we were playing on like Temple of Anubis, and she would die outside like the point 2 gate over and over again.
To
Yep.
be fair, Ben, why do you build a character that's shaped like a horse if you don't have it run straight into battle?
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, there should be like a charge move.
There should be a move where somebody else can sit on her back.
It should put Bastion on that shit.
Oh no!
That would be cool if you could have somebody stand on them, but then like there's no collision with friendly heroes, so that'd be a thing.
Nah, dude, Orisa just presses E near another hero, and they get on her back without any like input on their part. So you can just do it.
Yeah, you just take up. You're like, "Oh, you were killing that guy." Nope, no, you're not.
Hey, Reinhardt, I see you're guarding this choke.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
It'd be the next level. What's it? Maywall, basically.
I don't know, man. Overwatch changes so much. Who knows what they're fucking gonna do?
I
And
feel
that's
like
great.
at this point you could put together a fantastic comp with like you have Reinhardt, Orisa, and May, and I feel like shutting down somebody on defense with the right comp. Like if people didn't just immediately switch
just
to
mean,
flanks,
dude.
yeah,
I hate
Four Orisas, an Anna, and a Bastion. Just constant shields.
Oh god.
it was surprising for me how quickly Bastion disappeared after that. Like they put the update out, they put out the fix like a week later, and then Bastion was just gone again.
The thing about Bastion though is like all of us, we kind of didn't even play during that.
No, I just was like,
I
why
wasn't.
bother? I'll do
I
my
didn't even know
placements
about
after
it,
they
and-
fix it.
Yeah. They still play it in comp, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's more viable than he ever was, and he still showed up in comp before.
Yeah.
People would it's a tie game. We got to do a 1 minute push. Everybody just sets up their Bastion defense. That was in the old game. Of course, it's back now.
Yeah, they called it cheesing.
Yeah.
Now it's an actual strategy.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've talked about video games for far too long.
It's technology, sort of.
Did any of you guys watch the Prey trailer?
What is Prey?
No.
The video game
It's
Prey?
It's like...
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to say about it. It
Wait.
just looks really fucking cool.
The one from, like, last October?
Yeah, there was a new trailer that came out.
I didn't see the new trailer. You're talking about the one that has, like, the foam you can spray on the wall and climb up, right?
Well, yeah, that's the game.
Okay,
but
that's
they have
Prey.
new
Yeah,
stuff
no, I
where they're
didn't see the new
showing
one.
more.
That trailer made me super excited for a game I knew nothing about. Because I was like, I want to climb, like, expanding foam. That's cool.
Dude, it's so cool. Like, there's one of
They
these
sold
powers...
me on the game with just that.
Dude, you should watch the trailer. Maybe you watch it when I'm talking or something. But there are like some abilities where you're like scanning an enemy, and basically you take their abilities. So if they like shoot you with I don't know, some kind of pulse thing, you just sit there and you scan them. And then it's kind of like BioShock, where BioShock had a thing where if you photograph the enemy, you'd be able to do more damage because you learn about them or whatever. But in this, you can take their ability and then use it.
Oh,
and
that's
so
another thing that I forgot that has my autism still for Breath of the Wild. They have a fucking Pokemon Snap in there, man.
Pokemon Sun and Moon had Snap, and you never finished that.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
but the
shit.
Pokemon Snap in that was bad.
Yeah, it was. It was trash. It showed up
Yeah,
like
no, and this one-
it showed up a few times. I never even noticed when it was there.
Nah, dude, in fucking Breath of the Wild, you have like this thing, the Hyrule Compendium. It's got like a fucking, here's slots for every single fucking monster, creature, fucking everything in the game. Go take pictures of them and put them in your fucking Pokedex.
Oh yeah,
fucking
that's
amazing.
what you're talking about.
You remember when Corey
Yeah.
said that's enough about video games and immediately transitioned to talking about Prey?
Hey
Yeah,
man,
what a retard.
fuck you, guy.
No, thanks.
No, but there's this thing too. It's like for the turrets, you can get the turrets to like help you. Obviously,
Oh man, there's
right?
hacking. I love hacking.
Oh,
But
man.
but if you
Watch Dogs
steal
is a video.
Hacking
if you
mini
steal
games, you
too
guys.
many enemy abilities, the turrets will start to think that you're an enemy and start shooting you. So it's this whole thing,
Yeah.
and it's pretty neat. The game looks really
So
fun.
what you're saying, it's Kirby but with guns.
Yeah. It's Kirby. It's like Dead Space Kirby.
Yeah,
Oh shit, that actually sounds great.
basically. That's completely correct. There's one of the powers you just turn into whatever the fuck you want. You turn into a turret, you turn into a coffee mug. Who
Man, why
cares?
is there not a new Kirby game on the Switch?
Yeah.
Nintendo!
Where's the new Metroid game, by the way? How long has that been? Like 10
Who
years?
cares? No one cares about Kirby.
Metroid's a real game, though.
Yeah, Metroid's a real
Yeah.
game.
It just doesn't. I don't know if it's that it doesn't sell as good for Nintendo, like in terms of development costs.
I guess
or
Other M was
sell
garbage, and now
ratio.
they're worried.
Yeah, maybe. Though honestly, fuck it, just do it. You'll be fine.
I've only ever played like one Metroid game, and it was it was like the GBA game.
Oh,
okay.
no, that's no good.
Yeah,
I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, well, you were a child, so you were wrong.
No, I
It's
played it
true.
at like 20.
Ben, that was like 3 years ago. You were a child then.
That's
It's
true.
true.
Anybody younger than me is a child and a fool, and they shouldn't talk to me.
Even
Also,
if it's
anyone
literally a
older than
day.
me is also
like
a
you're
child.
you're 6. You're like what?
7
You're
days.
7 days younger than
Yeah.
me, Ben. You're a fucking kid.
Yeah,
Thomas,
but
everyone's a kid.
Who don't you call a kid? Corey just started calling everybody kids, and I hated it. And then I adopted it over time, and other people have started other people were like, stop calling people kids, and now they're adopting it.
It's
like-
because it's
a goddamn
very
virus.
respectfully disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Oh man.
Somebody choose one of these topics.
So yeah, that's Prey.
Corey, did you see the Justice League trailer?
I did.
Okay.
How do you feel about?
How do you feel about
trailer,
Justice
Corey?
League trailer?
Looks like a fun movie.
Yeah, I guess it looks pretty fun. It was okay. I'll just put this out there. It looked better than I thought it would. Like the trailer is more exciting for me personally than I expected it to be. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the trailer looks like things are happening,
Yeah.
which is something.
Maybe.
Although, goddamn, this color palette. Why, DC, why? It's just
Yeah,
fucking great.
it's not why. We know exactly why. It's because Zack Snyder only sees in like, not monochromatic.
Zack Snyder is literally a dog.
Yeah, he
Like, I
sees
think
like a dog. Like I think he may actually have like
He's
some
a
color
dog
issues.
in a human suit.
Yeah.
That's what Zack Snyder is.
Like yeah,
And
he makes
which
things
also
look real
explains why he
pretty,
can't
but it's
write
hard
so
to see
good.
what's going on.
The dog did well.
He's got real good He's like real good cinematography, but like the color correction is always terrible.
And the writing is
Yeah,
just
obviously, like
good.
okay, yeah, he does like he doesn't have the right job. He should be like he should be a cameraman or a cinematographer. They shouldn't let him direct things. But like I would be happy if he was
Or, like,
on like
director
other
of
people's
photography.
projects because he does some things really well. It's just he should not have creative control. That being
Yeah.
said, this movie's going to be 2 hours and 53 minutes long.
Good God.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's the actual official runtime that already came out for some reason.
I'm gonna need a fucking catheter to watch this movie.
Now that being said, I've seen
Things better happen. That's a long fucking movie,
seen
dude.
like 3 or 4 movies longer than that in a theater, and each time I was like, that was good. And so, generally speaking, I've enjoyed the longer movies I've been to, but they were also really well made movies. This is fucking Justice League after Batman versus Superman, after Man of Steel, after Sucker Punch. So
I don't know. It's got like a little Marvel feel to it.
yeah, which is something
Like
that
how
they
Marvel
needed,
makes
but
their
at the
movies.
same time, like they might go overboard with that and lose like the only like if they lose like a distinguishing thing between them and Marvel, then it's like okay, Marvel is already like oversaturating the market just by themselves.
Can we talk about how Cyborg looks like an Nvidia superhero?
We could,
that's
but then
Cyborg?
but we would just be
Yeah.
parroting everybody else. We can just say he looks like
Oh,
dog
man.
shit and move on.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did you not
Holy
notice
shit.
Cyborg, Corey?
I didn't know that was Cyborg.
What did you think he was?
I don't know.
What did you think
that's
that
part of the
robot man with a
problem.
half
That's
human
part of the
face thought
problem.
was? Yeah, that
Like Corey's watched Teen Titans too.
yeah, but honestly, seeing Teen Titans
nope.
is like it makes it less likely for you to know that Cyborg.
Yeah, I know, but it's at least some familiarity with the character.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I know he's Cyborg, I can see it, but I just get
because he's like
The
a part
only
robot,
good
part
news
person.
about it is that the fact that he's Cyborg means they can make him look better in the future, and it won't matter because like
Yeah.
there's a built-in universe explanation. Oh, he just upgraded himself, but that doesn't
Yeah.
save this movie.
I just don't like the way that his look. I mean, I like how
Why-
in the show
yeah.
it looks more like something on top of a person rather than they removed his skin and there's a.
You know what,
robot
Thomas?
underneath.
You know what he
Well,
looks like? He looks like if RoboCop had like all his armor plating taken off, and you were just seeing like an exoskeleton. It's like
Yeah.
it's not a finished thing.
Yeah, he basically looks like Terminator.
Yeah.
Maybe they did that on purpose.
I get like they did.
I mean,
I'm sure
I
that
see
they
it,
did
Corey,
the
but I don't
things
like
that they
it.
did on purpose. Like 100 people were involved in making this, and they decided
'cause-
like months
Well,
ago
more
that this
than
was
that.
good enough. Right, but like
Yeah,
I
at least-
meant on the design team.
1,000 people.
Yeah, and that's a problem. That's maybe the problem.
Yeah,
actually.
might be.
But that being said, he's the smallest member of the Justice League, including Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like he's tiny. Doesn't make any sense. Why is he so small? He looks like he looks like an He looks like an endoskeleton. Thomas is right.
It
He looks
doesn't-
like
Is this his
Part-
first time
like-
in live action?
the actor. Probably not. Oh, first
Cyborg?
Cyborg
Yeah.
live action. He's
Yeah.
got to be right.
I believe so. Yes.
No, Smallville. I think he was in Smallville.
Oh shit. We don't count Smallville.
Smallville had like Green Arrow.
Everything,
It had
yeah.
it had Flash. It didn't have Batman. I think it didn't have
Did it have
Batman.
Mixzizzle picked or whatever?
Mr. Mixelplix? I don't think so.
They call him Barry Allen.
That being said, if you Google image search Smallville Cyborg, you'll just throw up in your mouth. So,
Yeah, I believe
mixed bag.
it. No, that guy appeared.
Oh
in Smallville,
no!
but
He looks
was-
terrible!
He
He was literally nothing.
Oh, that shit's crazy. What is this bullshit?
is that a cyborg? Like he's just wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, he is. Oh man.
Oh wait, look, they did the exact same thing that like Agents of Shield did, where at one point they did X-ray and it's like, oh look, it's actually Cyborg.
Oh shit.
Except with Agents of Shield, it was like, God, who even knows?
No good.
It was that other character.
That's
That's
a
what
fucking
everybody
hoodie.
in
You can see the
Smallville
zipper.
was. Is just I'm wearing a jacket.
You can see where the zipper goes.
Corey, that's because he's wearing a jacket. That's not armor or anything. He's just wearing a jacket.
Oh, I thought this was he's supposed to be him.
See, that's the thing, though. Everybody in Smallville is just, oh, I'm a superhero because I have a colorful jacket on.
Yeah, Thomas, do you have a colorful jacket? Oh,
I think Hawkman looked okay. I don't remember. I stopped watching Smallville after like season 2, which is like 2003. But every once in a while, I saw like 2 minutes of it on television. So
shit, they had Dr. Fate in Smallville?
Yeah, they had everybody, dude. They did everyone but Batman.
God damn.
There was like a whole season that was Doomsday.
Oh yeah, Hawkman looks dark.
Yeah, I think Hawkman looked okay, but everybody else was like awful.
Like honestly, if they just cast that guy in a Hawkman TV show and it's like
that being said, CW also did Hawkman with like The Flash and Heroes of Tomorrow, and he was awful.
Oh yeah,
the Hawk people died and went away, and that was the best thing that's ever happened.
The best thing that ever happened to Legends of Tomorrow. The new season has been just phenomenal.
It's been phenomenal as a comic book show. Let's be clear. Yeah. It's still really badly written, but it's
found its footing.
But it's cheesy and fun. It's like modern day Adam West Batman.
It's the TV equivalent of Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, you're like I'm poisoning myself, but I'm fine with
niche,
it.
Though.
This is something I sought out versus like all their other shows. I've just fallen down into a septic tank.
Isn't Cheese Whiz what people put on Philly cheesesteaks?
Yeah, you're right.
Not if you're having a good one.
No, he's absolutely right. No, that's like the actual thing.
Fucking
ew.
That's how it started. Obviously, it's moved on, but that was the original.
I'm glad it's moved on.
I've never had Cheese Whiz, so I don't even know.
It's bad.
It's bad. It tastes like salt and like cheese powder.
But
like imagine American. Imagine like the cheese that comes with like a thing of generic store brand mac and cheese, but worse.
Yeah.
Pressurized.
Mac and cheese is just kind of always good though.
Yeah, but
the cheese itself.
The cheese itself isn't any good. Like if you're taking like a Kraft.
If you just want to eat the cheese itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese Whiz is fine for children. That's the best you could say for it, I think.
Came in that like spray can thing, right?
Well, not a spray can, but yeah, a can.
Okay.
It's like the same can that whipped cream comes in.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Neat.
Which, as everyone knows, was literally destroying the atmosphere.
Yeah, fantastic. Right?
Turned out aerosol cans were like the worst because we were putting all the CFCs in them, and it just destroyed the ozone layer. But we stopped doing that. Now it's fine.
It was fine before.
Now it's a different kind of poison that's causing a different problem.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen any of these other fucking movies. So DC movies, so I probably won't watch this one either.
Yeah, I don't think you can watch Justice League without having seen Batman versus Superman.
Fucking stop me, Ben.
Like, yeah, you can go see it, but like it would be a confusing experience, to say the least.
Honestly, I kind of want him to see it.
Yeah, you know what? You're going
just
to.
So that way we have.
You're going to. Don't look anything up and don't watch any of them because this movie comes out, this year in a few months or like 2 months maybe. How long is it?
Okay. Yeah. And if we're all still alive and the cast is still running, that's the enemy movie of the week.
Yeah. So, don't watch anything. Don't look anything up. You'll just be confused.
Yeah, and I want that.
Thomas, one question: do we tell him about Superman?
No.
Okay. That's it.
All right.
Have fun, everybody, in like probably 7 or 8 episodes. I don't know when Justice League comes out.
Who cares,
man? August?
No way. August is when like the dog shit movies come out for summer.
November, my mistake.
Does it? Oh, fuck off.
Comes out November?
God damn it.
Yeah.
Why is it November?
No. I don't know.
Do they have another movie? Do they have another movie this year?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Wonder Woman. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
November's a long time. Corey won't remember. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
You want to talk about this Conjuring lawsuit, Thomas?
Oh man,
I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
Well, have you guys seen the Conjuring movies?
No.
Yes, I've seen both of them actually.
You haven't seen them, Ben?
No. Why would I have seen them? They're bad.
They're not.
That's debatable. I think they're okay.
You talking about like Annabelle?
No.
Annabelle is one of them.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, that movie's awful.
I didn't know that was part of the series.
I think that's the only one I've seen.
Conjuring and Conjuring 2.
Okay.
Conjuring and Conjuring 2 were great.
Okay.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those.
I saw Conjuring 2 in theaters. I had a bad time.
Yeah, but in a good way. Anyway.
No, Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had diarrhea, Thomas. It was unrelated.
It's the last time I eat those nachos at the movie theater. All right. So, the gist of the lawsuit is this guy wrote a book based on the same real-life stories, and you can't see the air quotes I'm doing, but just imagine that they're there, that the movies are based on.
Now, let me be clear, Thomas.
And
I know everything about like the background for this because they've talked about every one of these movies on Red Letter Media at some point or another.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I have the background. But
I'm not talking to
You're
you.
not talking to me. Okay, that's my bad.
talking
I
to
forget
everyone.
sometimes that we're recording this.
Yeah. Anyway, it's this guy wrote this book in the 1980s of the same stories that the movies are based off of, and he had a
Aneurysm.
a no competing work provision in his contract with them, with the people. Fucking what is their goddamn name? The Warrens.
The wife
And,
is still alive, right?
Fuck if I know. Who cares? Anyway, point is, the movies didn't seek him out. Warner Brothers didn't seek him out to like say, "Hey, can we do this? We'll give you a stipend or whatever." They didn't do that at all. So he is looking to get what was it? 90 million?
900 million.
Almost $1 billion in damages from Warner Brothers.
Look,
in the lawsuit.
okay? Let's the damages number is just make something up. It doesn't really matter. You say a huge number and then you come out with like $50 million. So 900 million. It's the headline part that gets the attention.
Yeah, but
so
practically $1 billion.
So,
still.
but it is interesting the number and how they come up with it. But it's never like what someone actually is looking for.
And his case looks good because he's got like the issue that a lot of these cases have is like a snag in which people would be like, "But I never read your material, man. That I didn't copy you because I never seen it." When he's got like, there's a fucking tweet from the director of The Conjuring where he's like, "Oh man, this book's great."
This is what our movie is about. Read this book.
He didn't say that. He just said, "Oh, I fucking love this book. It's fucking spooky shit."
Yeah, where the hell does 900 million come from? Conjuring 2...
From the success of the Conjuring movies, I imagine.
320... Am I reading this wrong? Go ahead, keep going. I'm going to look for this number.
Okay. And, so he's got a pretty good case. The defense Warner Brothers has, as of right now, is these stories are made up bullshit anyway. Like, all of this is a lie. So, the whole real-life events thing doesn't even count. And honestly, that makes no sense to me. Because,
if anything, that feels like it. Like, if they're made up, that gives even more credence to the fact that it's copied from the book.
yeah, no.
No, obviously they're made up. That's not in question. But, like, the fact
Are
that
you
they're...
sure?
I am more certain about that than almost anything in the world.
Ben, how many fingers do you have?
At the moment, I have 10.
See.
How are you more certain of that than of the Conjuring's legitimacy?
Right, I am. But like I said, almost anything. There are many things which I am more certain about than the Conjuring's legitimacy. But there's also a lot of other... There's a lot of knowledge I'm trying to get at, Thomas.
I thought this shit was based on the true story or some shit.
Corey,
they're
based
both
on a true story is a completely meaningless, like, phrase.
Yeah, it is.
It has no...
Oh,
it
like-
has no...
like
Like,
just
as
mean-
long as like at least one person with the same name existed at that point in time.
If somebody
you can
with
believe it.
a name lived at a house, you can say whatever the fuck you want about what happened at that house.
Yeah,
Huh.
So
the
long,
rest
like,
of it is
so long as like you
artistic,
don't like
what's the
defame them over much, and they can sue you for that, obviously, for like libel and slander.
defamation. Yeah,
So that's the balancing act between we can just make up whatever we want, and we can just like okay, somebody died at this house at this point. We don't use any of their names. We don't even use the real address, but we use like the location and just say ghost did it based on true events.
I misinterpreted the defense that Warner Brothers had.
Okay, good. What was it?
Their defense is that it's a historical fiction. Therefore, these are facts that happen. So you can't fucking copyright facts, man. Like, nobody has a copyright on World War II happening. So
Okay, that's the opposite
Yeah.
of what you said before.
yeah, I know. That's why I felt the need to correct myself. Which, I mean, that sort of makes sense, but then the counter to that is, no, all this shit is fucking made up bullshit. Look at that. Have you seen your movies?
So basically,
Warner Brothers
at some
has to
point,
literally prove that ghosts exist in order to win this.
Yeah, you have to like prove that ghosts exist. Now, Corey, it's pretty obvious where the $900 million came from. Just by Googling the box office results of The Conjuring, Conjuring 2, and Annabelle, you get $895.2 million.
So they just want all of it.
Yeah.
Just
give us all the money you made.
That's the initial claim.
Fantastic. Well, Conjuring 2 only made $100 million.
Yeah, well, whatever, man.
Sad.
That's $100 million more than $800 million.
Well, it's when I googled box
What?
office. No, when I googled box office, I came up with $320 million.
That's IMDb said.
Why would you go there? You go Box Office Mojo.
Whatever, man. Because
Yeah, you kind.
It's like you don't. Like, first of all,
Get it right.
first-hand experience how easy it is to edit IMDb.
Yeah,
but see, those
You're
are
not
true
wrong.
things.
Right, but some of them
And
weren't.
it's on a garbage page.
Thomas's
no one
parents
cares
weren't
about.
pig farmers.
They're not going to
That's true.
allow
None
you
of them
to.
were.
They're not going to allow you to go on IMDb on a real movie and just fucking type whatever the fuck you want.
Right, but somebody does. Like it's user made.
Yeah, but the shit gets fact checked, man.
by who?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Corey.
Other people who are fucking stupid enough and have nothing to do to edit this shit.
Point being, I go to Box Office Mojo for all
Okay,
my
all
for all
right.
my box office results.
Okay, I didn't know that,
And
but now
it's
I
probably
do.
more accurate since it's a higher number.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I'm just gonna say that somebody stopped editing the page on Conjuring before all the money came in, Corey.
Fine.
Also, what number did you have?
100 million.
For all I know,
Yeah.
that might be the domestic gross, but I doubt it. The American box office for horror movies is usually
Good
all
God.
of the box office. Because that
Yeah.
shit doesn't come out in China. So
The Return of Xander Cage made
$8.
346.
It made $24. That was
Million.
all three of us.
Yeah.
$24, man. My movie ticket was $7.50.
Well, yeah, that's almost 8.
Yeah, but it's not 8, is it?
You're right. Shit. You fucking figured
You're
it out. then.
$1.50 off, Thomas. Go sit,
Oh, no.
go
God,
sit in the
Beauty and
shame
Beast
corner and
made
put the
an
bucket on your
assload
head.
of money.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Beauty
This,
and the Beast made
you
a
know what?
fuck
I
ton
hope
of
he
money.
wins because why not? I don't have anything.
Yeah,
against
He's
it.
not going to get 900 million.
No.
But
He's
maybe
not
he
gonna get
gets
900 million.
No.
They're gonna settle out of court, so he doesn't have to fucking deal with the whole legal.
Yeah, he'll make
Yeah,
like
that'll last like
20 to
30
50
years.
million dollars, and it'll be fine.
Warner Brothers is gonna sit down with the guy and say, "Hey,
We'll
do
give
you want this money?
We'll give you. 10
We have
times.
very good lawyers who can stall for 76 years,
Yeah.
and you'll be dead. So would you rather have 100 million instead right now?"
No, it won't even. They'll be like, okay, how much money did you make off your book? We'll give you 5 times that. Just go away.
He made $10 off that book.
Okay, then maybe he'll say.
Yeah, he
a
had
big
to have
number.
made nothing.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm not surprised. You mentioned Cyborg, and now I'm just stuck on it, man. Cyborg looks like such trash. Why did they?
Oh man.
And he's red. Why would they give him the evil robot color? Evil
Because
robots
Fair,
are red.
He actually there's a lore reason for that, man.
Oh, because it's the mother box.
Yeah, although mother boxes aren't necessarily evil.
But he was blue.
He'll be blue later. They'll do it like okay.
He's got a blue
here's-
dot in the middle of his fucking forehead. So there's that.
Here's the thing,
But-
Corey. I suspect that by the end of the Justice League movie, whatever technology has been given to make him cyborg will have been ripped away, and he'll just be like whatever leftover is. And then he'll get a new suit in the next movie. That'll be blue, and the red will be gone. And people will be like, "Why didn't they just give him that suit from the beginning?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good."
And it's
that's
because
good.
shitty
Yeah,
writing.
I don't know, but oh wait, no. In they do show his remains in Batman versus Superman, and it's like the least I've ever seen of a person.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
It was basically nothing.
It's so like
There was it was like that scene in RoboCop where he's a fucking head on some lungs.
yeah, like RoboCop the RoboCop remake where he's just the respiratory system. That's all he is in RoboCop, I think, the remake. And this was even less.
How does that even work, though?
I don't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Well,
It
The
doesn't.
power of Dr. Pepper, apparently, because there were 5 Dr. Pepper bottles in that scene.
Oh god.
In fact, this isn't spoiling anything because it's like a sequence in like a 3-hour movie that's 2 minutes long. There's 3 cutaway shots of Cyborg like becoming cyborg. It's like cyborg. But he's nothing in the first two, and then he's getting turned into cyborg in the third one. And in each of those sequences, there's like Dr. Pepper facing the Thing, but it's a different volume. They're like, these are the 3 kinds of Dr. Pepper you can get. You can get a can, you can get a 2-liter, and you can get a 20-ounce bottle. And 2 of them were Diet Dr. Pepper, and 1 of them was regular. And I was like, what is going on? This is just so stupid. That just stuck in my brain for some reason.
I don't really know if I would do anything differently though. If Dr. Pepper came to me and was like, "Here's, I don't know, fucking $10 million. Put these cans in this scene." Sure, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
But I'm garbage and I'm just a sellout. So
yeah, but there's a different way to do it.
I guess so.
Like, yeah, your movie needs some product placement because that's how movies get made now. But that being said,
I mean, it's better than like if we got like a close-up shot of someone like drinking
of a Mercedes-Benz logo that took up the entire frame.
They didn't call it Man of Sears for no reason.
It's true. Also, IHOP.
Yeah, also IHOP. IHOP was more egregious, but it didn't. But Sears sounds more like steel.
They
than
were literally
IHOP.
Inside an IHOP.
Yeah, they go to IHOP a couple times.
IHOP
man, that was retarded.
Good.
No, it's not. IHOP was like way too pretentious. It's like just go to Waffle House and have a good time. You don't have to go to a place that pretends to have tablecloths. Like everybody's dealing with syrup. That tablecloth is just going to get glued to the table.
Their pancakes aren't even that good.
Yeah,
I went there like 2 weeks ago.
This is the part where we complain about IHOP, everyone.
To get some pancakes,
segment.
and they weren't even that good. They were just pancakes.
No, pancakes are never any good.
Dude, what drives a good pancake is the syrup.
I was about to say pancakes are never any good at restaurants, but then I was like, there are good pancakes at restaurants though.
Name 10
Well, I can't like they're actual restaurants.
pancakes.
So.
Name 10 individual pancakes, not the restaurant.
Dude, what drives the pancake is totally the syrup.
Yeah, no. Well, it depends. Like you can have a really good pancake, just pancake by itself.
Yeah, but the syrup, like the garbage corn syrup.
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah,
is
exactly.
Awful.
I don't know about that, Corey. I think syrup can make up for a bland pancake, but there are pancakes that are great without.
Yeah,
syrup.
there are a bunch of. I think we can all
like
just
the McDonald's
agree.
formula. They just cover shitty meat in like delicious, terrible for you sauce.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
If I was to say,
that's true.
I think Elmo's in Hillsboro. Wait, no, not Hillsboro. Fuck it. What's that town called?
The little red bear guy.
No, I was trying to. Somebody was like, name good pancakes, and I was like, it's Elmo's, but what's the name of the place? I mean,
but I wanted the name of the pancakes themselves, not the store.
Ted, Steve,
restaurant.
Michael, Ernie, Ronald, Damon, Ezra, Connor.
Who names a pancake Damon?
I don't know.
People with some personality.
Whoever
Thomas.
was like
Fuck you.
Or lack of. One of the two.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Options,
Who put this in here? I didn't know this. Harry Mudd's going to be in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Harry Mudd, the man that had like sex slaves for sale in the original Star Trek, is back in new Star Trek. Star Trek
what?
Discovery. Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? He's the office man.
But the character, Corey, god damn it. Harry Mudd is a character from the original Star Trek.
Yeah, I put that in there just so someone would talk about it.
Okay. Well,
I don't know any fucking thing about Star
Harry
Trek,
Mudd,
nor
I
do
think
I.
he appears in 2. It's either 1 or 2 episodes of the original series. I think it's just 1. Where he's like,
I knew that part.
check out these slave women I have. You want to buy some slaves? And they're like, obviously not. We live in the future. So he basically shows up and he does that. And then he shows up in the animated series where he's become like the king of a planet that has just like replicated superwomen robots. Like they're just women walking around, but they're actually robots. It turns out, and they do whatever you say. So it's like sex robots again, but this time he's king of a planet.
Look at that.
So that's who the character is. He just does. He's
What episode is this?
Harry Mudd. What?
Just watch the one episode.
Of
Yeah, what episode?
it's
of
the
Star Trek is
animated
this?
series from like the 70s.
Oh
Thomas.
fuck that! Never mind.
What episode is Harry Mudd in the original series? I don't remember.
Oh, I thought you just said animated series.
He's in the original series for an episode or maybe 2.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
not
the
100%.
70s. That's like 5,000 years ago.
He's
at least.
Yeah, he's in like an episode of the original series. It's called like I Mud or something, and then he shows up in the animated series later on. But yeah, he's just like more or less a one-off character. But for some reason, he's being played by what's his name? Corey?
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson from The Office.
Yeah.
Which is good casting. That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks like the guy who would do those things.
Yeah, you're right. He looks like Thomas.
Oh, hey, he's way less fat.
That's true.
Yeah.
When
Maybe
is
he's in
fucking
a
Star
skinny
Trek
suit.
Discovery coming out? God damn it! I keep looking this up.
Who knows?
No one cares because it's the thing where you have to buy into CBS's whatever.
I mean, yeah, but we're not gonna.
We're not going to do that. We'll watch the first season, and then when it's canceled because no one watched it, I'll be either disappointed or relieved.
Nah, dude, we do things legally here.
I didn't say I
The
wasn't
premiere
going
was
to.
set for January 2017, then May 2017, and has now been delayed indefinitely.
Are you wait? The show's been delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
With a
shit.
CBS CEO saying in February, sometime late summer, early fall, we're looking at probably right now.
Just put it out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: they probably didn't
It's
even
gonna
film
be
it.
a shit show.
Yeah, it's gonna be
literally.
terrible. That's the thing. Like we know it will be, but
Do you see these stills? They look terrible.
no,
Of Harry Mudd?
I don't see.
No, of Star Trek Discovery. Like the ship itself looks terrible. I'm just on
the thing that looks
IMDb
like a
page.
triangle. Is that what you're talking about?
No, like the
On
engine and
IMDb.
stuff. This shit looks
Okay.
terrible.
Let me go to the IMDb page. Because I've seen nothing. I've heard news about this, but I've seen no images or anything.
I mean, maybe if they're delaying it, they're trying to make it good. Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah, but it won't.
Yeah.
Corey, there's like three pictures. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that last one, the first one looks terrible.
Which
Something's
one's
wrong about
is
that?
the first one the yellow one or the less yellow one? There's only two pictures. It turns out
The yellow one.
the yellow.
The less
okay,
yellow?
one
The
of them's
yes.
really zoomed in and one of them's not.
Not that one.
Okay.
The one where you see the whole thing. It looks terrible.
It's a weird angle. Who knows?
Also, it's pixelated to fuck. This got all sorts of JPEG artifacting on it.
No, that's your graphics card, man. You fucked.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You figured it out.
Hey, man,
Oh,
that's a
man.
thing. Let he didn't know that.
Oh, let me
yeah.
put I'm gonna share with Corey this picture in the chat of the character Harry Mudd because I don't think he's seen that yet.
Are you telling me this picture doesn't look fucked on your monitors?
It does.
Okay, good.
It does look.
I was
bad, Ben. We're
memeing you,
fucking with
dude.
you.
Okay, I was gonna say because like I've downloaded it and opened it in Photoshop because I was like, what are you talking about? It looks like dog shit, and it does.
Ben, your Photoshop file program is corrupted. Also,
I don't know why Photoshop
It's
launches
the GPU
faster than.
artifacting, man. It's gonna look bad
Man,
wherever
they
you
got
look
malware that just automatically puts JPEG artifacting and everything.
Wait
you
a
look
second,
at.
are these just
Oh man, I need that.
are these just
Speaking of
screenshots from this
malware-
trailer? Is that what that was?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's like
what
a
were
minute
you-
trailer on the thing. Yeah, that's all. Somebody
right.
just took screenshots from this trailer.
Well, somebody had to. We were saying something about malware, Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have like that malware that isn't malicious. You know,
I mean,
I don't think.
that Corey. What do you think the mal means?
Yeah, malware
That's-
implies
that-
maliciousness.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
it's
can.
literally the same like root word, man.
I don't care. What would you
junkware?
call it then?
Junkware,
Memeware.
trashware.
Trashware. Trashware would be good.
Trashware's fine.
Is that how you?
We could call it cancerware
Oh no.
or funeware. Funeware's the
Funeware is great.
It's just software that just slightly ruins things for you in subtle ways.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
like it pops up like daily and says you suck. That's what he's talking about. That level of like annoyance.
or
it just pops up and says, "This many people died of cancer today."
it installs
Maybe
a
you're
widget.
next.
It installs a widget on the screen that has like cancer death counter or something.
You don't have to go anything past widget, man.
It's
It
true.
installs a widget on the screen. Oh God!
Dude, people use widgets, Thomas.
Yeah, and they're fucking terrible. There's this guy I used to work with at my old job. He on his
Honestly, Thomas,
desktop-
you don't need to tell us anything other than he installs widgets, and we're fine with you just killing him.
No, it's even worse, dude. He had like the little clock widget on like the second monitor. Never put anything else up on the second monitor. But he had two of those clock widgets on the same fucking screen on the second monitor. In like the top left and top right corners of it.
So
For no reason. It makes zero sense.
So he had the-
like,
he had
honestly,
the
why do
time
you
on
even
his
have
thing,
that?
like,
Because
3
there's
times?
a constant clock on the screen.
Did you ask him why?
No, I never did, because the man's, I think he's literally autistic.
Thomas, you say that about almost anyone we talk
he's
about.
Constantly mumbling, and his eyebrow hairs are like 3 inches long. And
what does that have to do with autism?
I don't know. I'm just giving you a visual description of the man.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Star Trek Discovery's got Malfoy's dad. He's the captain.
Oh, that's neat.
No.
Yeah, and
Is he evil?
and the Vision.
Is he evil? He said.
The
Star
Vision
Trek captain,
from
yeah.
Avengers is in it.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. That's
I'm
it.
telling you, man, this is gonna be a good show. You kids aren't.
Honestly, I hope it is.
Probably-
But that being said,
I mean, I
it
hope-
won't.
yeah,
Wait, no.
we hope, but it
Doug
won't.
Jones isn't the Vision. He's Abraham Sapien from Hellboy.
Oh. The fish man covered in makeup.
Also, the Ice Cream Man from Legion.
Oh shit!
The ice cream man covered in CG.
Yeah, no, everybody for some reason remembers
Covered
that.
in ice
Like
cream,
nobody
Thomas.
saw that movie, but people know about the Ice Cream Man.
He was prominent in the trailers and the cover art for no reason.
Yeah, no, he's
None.
just a thing in the movie. Which, by the
Yeah.
way, really bad movie. But it's
Yeah,
full
no,
of
it
people.
was
Like I
no
recognize
good.
every single person in that movie. Everybody in that movie had
the
previously
Con
done a
Air
bunch
of
of famous
movies.
stuff or went on to do famous stuff. And
Yeah, it's basically Con Air.
yeah, it's kind of Con Air, but like it's just
But
a
it's a
bad
movie.
movie. Like it's got like some of them are like CW level, but you know they still went on
Yeah.
to do other things.
This is a
After-
Legion
Which is good,
TV
because you don't
show.
want the defining moment of your career to be Legion.
Yeah, you really don't because it is not good.
Is the Legion TV show like the same thing?
No, it's entirely unrelated.
Oh,
It's like most things with the name
It's
Legion.
rated really well though.
What,
It's an
Legion?
FX
Yeah,
show.
but
And it's
I
no,
rated
Corey,
8.8.
not the
It's
Okay,
related
first of all,
to me.
FX the Legion show on FX is fantastic, and that's actually an X-Men spinoff.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, it's about Xavier's
Wow.
son.
oh,
I might actually watch it.
it's
No.
rated really well. So
Yeah,
maybe
no.
it's
Here's
worth
the
watch.
like, it's rated really well, but I don't think it's getting the viewers. I'm not sure if it may or may not have
Oh, yeah,
been
it's
confirmed
fucking
already
just-
for a second season.
Season 1, episode 7 was rated 9.6.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I don't know if I'm not sure why
No
we
wonder
haven't
it's not
mentioned
getting
it
any
before.
viewers. It's entirely separated itself from the X-Men branding in any fucking way discernible to people who don't already watch
Yeah,
it.
I know. But that being said, I think it's been confirmed for a second season. I really hope it is because it's good. But yeah, no, it's an X-Men spinoff.
Cool.
I might take a
know
look
that.
at it.
Yeah,
There's your hole in the wall, everyone.
yeah.
Legion on
Sure, why
FX.
not? Hole in the Wall this week is Legion on FX.
Yeah.
Because why not? You know why I confused Doug Jones and Paul Bettany? They're both in Legion, the movie Legion. That's why. Paul Bettany plays he's the Vision. He plays Michael the Archangel, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, that movie's. Did we watch that on this podcast?
No, we didn't watch this on the podcast, but we have watched it as a crew.
Well, then we don't
Well,
need
we
to watch
watched
Or
it.
at least me and Ben.
Yeah, I watched it too with you guys.
Yeah, we don't need to
Okay,
watch
then,
it
yeah,
again.
we
then,
help.
because I
It
don't.
was
Yeah,
too
no, fuck
recent.
that.
Yeah.
It was too recent.
Yeah, I don't
to
want to
watch
see it again anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys see the It trailer?
Yes, I did.
Oh, buddy.
Having never, Thomas, do I need to watch the original? First of all, was it a movie?
It
Was
was.
it a movie?
Was it?
It
It
was
might have been
basically a movie.
It might have
was
been. It
basically
might have been a
movie.
mini series on TV.
It was technically a mini-series,
Yeah, okay.
but it's 2 parts, and they're each like an hour and a half long, so you could just call it a movie.
Okay,
It came on one fucking VHS.
that's the
tape,
thing
I know
about
that.
like Stephen King stuff, Corey.
Oh, I remember that.
Half
shit.
of it gets turned into movies, half of it gets turned into like miniseries on television.
Yeah.
Ah.
Or just regular series, like with the Dome.
Yeah, like okay, so you know the Stand is like a 6-part series or 4-part series. Langoliers is
1,000-page
a
book.
TV series, but like you know, then you have like Christine. So there's
Oh,
there's,
Langoliers
there's
was a
tons of
movie.
movies, there's tons of miniseries. So
No, Langoliers was a movie, I think.
Langoliers I thought was a TV movie though.
Yeah, it was a TV movie.
Yeah,
It's a
TV movie is
series.
different from real movie. It's kind TV
That's
movie and
entirely
miniseries are the
accurate,
same
yeah.
thing.
Langoliers was basically a sci-fi original before sci-fi had.
Yeah,
sci-fi
it is.
originals.
It's that tier, except the
Oh,
graphics
man.
aren't. The graphics aren't sci-fi quality.
Dude, getting back to the
Is
actual
that a good or a
topic of
bad
it,
thing?
The movie's fucked, man. It's gonna be fucked.
What?
Oh, yeah, it
This
is.
fucking shit's awful, man. Oh god.
Are they going?
Oh,
Thomas, are they
horrifying.
going to
No
have the
idea.
sewer orgy or not?
What the fuck?
One can hope.
The book ends
Corey.
with all the children having an orgy in the sewer.
No.
Well, that's not how it ends.
It-
That's like penultimate.
Okay, fine. It more or less ends that way, though.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's
I'm not
supposed
watching
to be
this
a
movie in
metaphor
theaters.
for like throwing away your childhood or some bullshit like that. Stephen King was on a lot
Stephen
of
King
drugs.
was fucked back then. He was messed
He was
up.
on a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Oh man, was he on drugs?
So there's no way in hell that's gonna
like
be
apart from like those 4 paragraphs, the books were great.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like,
book,
yeah, it's
singular.
a good book, but every time I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah.
God damn it, Stephen King! Why do you have to ruin your book with child porn? Yeah. Oh, fun fact, Corey. You probably won't know this otherwise. The fat child pleased the woman the most due to his girth.
Oh,
That was a fact that was mentioned in the book.
oh, he wrote that
So
one
now
out.
you know that the fat 10-year-old had the thickest dick. Not the longest. There was details.
Of course it was.
It's
Yeah.
Stephen King's
Anyway.
fat pink mast from Game of Thrones.
Didn't you
What
guys
was that?
talk about it? On
It's
the
a
very
meme on the
first
subreddit,
episode?
Thomas.
No, but what did you... I don't know what you said.
It's
then.
fine. We're moving on.
Okay.
When,
But yeah.
when we were in the car, didn't you guys talk about it?
Probably.
And when we were stuck,
We've been in a
maybe
car
the
many
first-
times. You're gonna have to
When
be
we
more
were
specific.
stuck in traffic, the very first episode of this bullshit.
Who knows?
I think you guys were talking about
We
it.
might. We talked about Star Trek Discovery too. That comes up a lot.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh, man, that
Jesus.
was forever ago.
Well, a year, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway. I'm excited for it.
Why?
The trailer is the original movies were much more of a psychological horror kind of feel,
Oh,
cuz
that's
it's like
awful. I hate that.
yeah, it is awful.
Ah,
Cuz Corey, just the clown's power set is basically omnipotence. He just he just takes things you're afraid of and I'm that now.
yeah, that's awful. It's like that episode of Black Mirror. It's fucking terrifying.
He's really, honestly though, he was like really just a more effective like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Like in every way.
Yeah.
okay.
I assume that it came out first.
And
I
not
don't
as-
remember which one's which.
And
They came out pretty
ironically,
close
even though he's a
together.
clown, he wasn't anywhere near as goofy looking.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, Tim Curry is a creepy motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we watched.
Oh,
I was
man.
gonna say, what did we watch with Tim Curry? But it was like, oh yeah,
Clue.
it was Clue. We watched Clue.
Tim Curry is fine.
Was what was now he's a skeleton.
Ooh.
I mean, he's still fine.
In fact, he probably looks better now.
Take that. Dead
Oh, but
man.
yeah, the issue is
Tim Curry was not doing well in his later years, Corey.
people have ragged on the trailer because it's more jump scare-y, but that's kind of just a thing with horror trailers.
Yeah, but
Like, that'll
even,
happen
that
every
being
fucking
said,
time with
I
their
didn't get that
scary movie
impression
with a
that
trailer.
much, honestly.
That
Yeah,
was,
no, there was like that bit where he's coming out of the water going.
Yeah, there's one
was-
bit where
but
he's
they cut that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of
Yeah.
tell.
most of the
And
most
the
of the
bit with
trailer
the,
is
with the
very
sewer drain.
creepy, not
Yeah.
like jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously edited to be more jump scary, just to get a bigger reach of the horror audience. But it's I feel like it looks like it'll be a decent, truthful adaptation, and it looks pretty fucking good.
Well, here comes the disappointing part, Thomas. When does it come out?
Shit, I forget.
I don't care. I'm not going to
August.
watch it. So
It comes out in August.
Okay, August isn't that long.
Yeah.
Every time we
But
talk
I'm-
about
I'm-
something, I'm like, man, that game, that movie, that show, that's not for another year. Everything's always forever away. It's like, I wish things didn't exist until they were out.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You get 1 month.
That's what
build-up.
Nintendo does, and everyone hates it.
Yeah, but I don't care. I would be fine with that. You announce things 1 month before they come out across all media. That's it. You get a month.
Yeah.
Should be a law.
Should be a law, he says.
In 30 days, you can buy.
in the
you can buy
Democratic
this
People's Republic
product
of
and or
Ben.
experience. Please come and get it. That's it.
It's like that.
Hegemony of the hegemon. That's one of the first parts of the Constitution.
Well,
Yeah.
Constitution 2. I'll be sure to name it that.
It's like how Triplets was announced, but there's no date.
See, that's what, like, don't announce me your goddamn,
God.
more or less a fan project.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Eddie Murphy, and Danny DeVito.
That's
Come on.
that's something that happens all the
shit's
time.
hilarious.
With legitimate, like, people working on fan projects. They're like, check out this fan project that we're working on.
only
Come and
thing-
support us. And then, like, 3 months before they're about to finish, they get shut down by the IP holder. That happens every single time. Happens over and over again. Don't announce your goddamn fan project until you release it. Just don't.
The-
Nintendo
the
will
only-
fuck you in the ass.
The
literally.
only way this could be
Every
better
time.
is
you
if
don't.
Jackie
But you
Chan
don't.
was
You
in
don't.
it.
People don't charge money for fan projects though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you just release it for free. Don't put your goddamn name on it. Like, if you're not going to make money on it anyway, what's the point of announcing it?
Who knows?
Unless you got a Patreon link, which I assume they probably do. It's probably what it is.
I believe it.
Pour money into my
or
Patreon.
A Kickstarter.
Is Corey alive?
Go.
Yeah,
Who cares?
I got lost in IMDb again.
But yeah, no, Corey. The initial it was more of a psychological thriller of this fucking crazy demon monster just terrorizing these small children.
Yeah, I haven't seen many of those movies, but I've seen a few, and they fucking ruined me.
Oh man!
Did you see The Mist?
No.
Oh man, The Mist is good.
The Mist is great.
It's also a Stephen King. It was a short story.
Yeah,
and it was very well translated to film, and it's got the Con Air effect also.
Yeah,
you start recognizing all these people that went on to do other things.
That movie is filled with the cast of The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
like it's just filled with it. In fact, it's so filled with the cast of The Walking Dead. It even has Zombie from inside of the tank in the first episode.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Who coincidentally is played by Starkiller from Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because that was apparently a real guy. They designed the character entirely based on his face.
Like I'd read the Mist short story before that, and it fucking is leaps and bounds better.
Yeah,
than the
it's
short
it's
story
much
was.
better than short story. I think Stephen King says he wished he thought of the ending.
Yeah.
Wow. That almost never happens, does
Yeah.
it?
Well, I mean,
there's that, and
that
then
doesn't
there's like
happen where
the Johnny
Stephen King
Cash
says
cover
it.
of Hurt, and that's like it.
for Stephen King stuff though, it's sort of a given. Because he's not to the
'Cause of
point
the
where
drugs.
he says it, but he's a good premise man.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Like a lot of his stuff, he puts out so many books. Obviously, not all of them are going to be great, but like they're great premises. Even if he didn't have time to fully develop it, my printer's going off. God damn it!
And also, he can't do endings for shit.
Right, but that's why so much of his stuff gets turned into movies and into TV shows and everything else. Like all his stuff gets adapted because he's great at coming up with ideas, even if they're not always the best executed.
Yeah, and that's perfect. He's a adaptation machine, basically.
Yeah.
Which is good. He's like the second closest thing to an original IP. Excuse you, Ben.
I'm sorry about this noise.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. I hope it doesn't show
heard
up.
wind.
It's loud as fuck in my room, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just heard wind sounds.
Oh, that's because I was breathing.
Yeah, Corey.
fuck you,
Corey, make
Corey.
sure to breathe directly into the microphone as much as possible.
Yeah. I
Lean
mean, the microphone's
away
basically
from the-
inside the microphone.
Yeah.
You guys remember Chocolate Rain? You got to lean away from the mic to breathe in, Corey.
That's how you become an internet sensation worth tens of dollars.
He's still doing YouTube shit.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Right. That's why I said
Yeah,
tens
that's
of
the
dollars,
problem.
an internet sensation.
Yeah, you're right.
Nothing I said was wrong.
You're right. I know.
Everything you say is wrong.
Even if you
shit.
like, he has to be worth like $20, and who isn't worth $20?
Thomas.
Most people.
Actually,
Because
Thomas
that-
is right. Most people are worth negative money. That's true.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, it's hard to say if they're worth negative money because like they'll have like equity that isn't directly like liquid. What's the word? Doesn't matter.
Liquidated.
Like they'll have money in a house, but then they'll be worth like they have
Fungible.
$30,000 in debt. So it's all a balancing act.
Is the word you were looking for fungible?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I'm not 100% on that pronunciation, but it's definitely a real word.
Yeah, neither am I, but I like it more than fungible.
It's either fungible or fungible. It's probably fungible, but it sounds too much like fungi.
But fungible sounds better.
Yeah.
Or not better, but I like it more.
Oh, look at that.
Sounds like a fucking joke. God damn, Corey.
Everything else we have to potentially talk about can just be summarized in like a sentence. Social media
like
makes
this-
you lonelier.
No, this woman who worked at McDonald's for 44 years.
You know what? Good for her.
That shit's crazy, man.
You know what
See,
McDonald's
the
should
real
do is
kicker
give her
is-
$44,000.
The real kicker of it
That's probably
is
how much she's gotten total.
94-year-old woman honored for 44 years
But
of
the
working.
thing is, though,
she
it's
entered
like,
the fucking workforce
Yeah,
at 50.
Yeah, she started working at McDonald's at 50. That is pretty. Yeah.
But the
That's
fact
no
that she
good.
still does it and either means she has no money, which is probably true. 'cause
I mean,
she
yeah,
works
that
at
means she didn't
McDonald's.
have like a retirement or anybody to help her.
I remember
through her
reading this
fucking
article,
old
and she
age.
said that she did it because she just enjoyed like the social interaction she got from the work.
Yeah, and I hope that's
Oh.
true.
I hope it's true. I hope that that's
I hope
what
she
was
has
in it.
money
Yeah.
and she just enjoys being there. Which
Yeah,
would be
that
cool.
happens a lot with people who like retire and then they just find themselves just sitting around unable to just fucking sit there and they're like, well, fuck this, I gotta do something.
When your life becomes your work, dude, and then you stop working, like, what do you do?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's also sort of like a thing of, I need to get out of this house.
That's
and
true.
I also need like a set structure to base my life around a little bit.
Yeah,
and
there's
Thomas
look,
over here
at some point, you know, if you had a significant other, they'll be dead, and you'll be living at a house by yourself with no work, and you're like, well, I'm literally going. I'll either go get a job or kill myself.
Or
get a dog.
But see, that's like the older generation.
Yeah, that's true.
Our generation has video games and internet. I don't know if that'll be the same.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
Also,
now.
We'll have to work till we're dead anyway, so it won't make any difference.
I mean,
but universal income, basic income.
Yeah, I know.
In.
Ontario is running out a test program with universal basic income in 3 cities. That's a bit of a news story, and it hypothetically will come into place in the United States. But it's
the real question, though, Ben.
The real question, Thomas, is whether or not society completely collapses, or we go with that. Those are your options.
It can actually work, but only if you cut basically all the other kinds of welfare.
Yeah,
that's the only one.
Yeah, well,
everybody has it.
That's
the only way it works.
That's the benefit, is you have one universal system, and it cuts all the bureaucratic cost of all the other systems. Like, honestly, if we did that now, if you did the system we have now, like the same number of people got stuff, but you had all under one system, you would save a ton of money. Like, we're already.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's the best welfare system, but I'm just morally opposed to welfare systems because fuck you making me pay for other people.
Right.
But see, Thomas, the thing is, like, in the past when things were automated, people who got replaced by machines, they just like transformed and doing other jobs. They started like maintaining the machines. But now,
no, Corey, I'm not bothering with like the end result version of the philosophizing of my political opinions. I go with like the means justifying the ends.
Okay.
More so of saying, hey, wait a minute, who the fuck are you telling me to spend money on these fucks? I don't know that.
Right. Okay. Look, it's all just a different. It's all. It depends where you're looking at. Like, if you look at the next 10 to 20 years, we don't need it. We won't need it for a while. But at some point in the future, and I think
be a thing.
This is the way I think that you have the argument is, at some point in the future, given enough time and given enough sufficient advances in technology, people will live for a very long time. On average, they'll be living into their 90s, and there will be much fewer jobs needed. That's just if you just look at it from that. At some point in the future, we will need far fewer people than we will have, and people will live a lot longer, and will need a solution.
And universal basic income is the optimistic ideal solution.
Right, yeah, it is. Because
it's probably not the one that's going to happen. I think, honestly, like a fucking culling is more likely, to be honest.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Or like dramatic reduction.
Here's the thing: no matter what happens, it won't hit the United States until decades after it was needed, one way or another.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, Denmark and Sweden and Norway and fucking France and even maybe England will have their universal basic income system in place.
Yeah,
and they'll have built up their giant border walls to keep out the Muslims and whoever else, because that's the other direction everything is going at the moment. All the hypothetical things happen. So
the late adoption rate for the U.S. is sort of like, it's a combination of us just being fucking enormous.
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. Like, a lot of
and also the way that our law system is designed is to be slow.
It is. Yeah.
So that way we're really sure that we want these things to happen.
At the same time that the system is designed, the way it's designed and the way the country is, very much. You're absolutely right. A lot of it is heavily contributing to, a slow adoption rate. Even when it's pretty clear that there are much better systems in certain areas of policy and governance that would obviously benefit the United States just from a logical standpoint. Even then, it's it's hard to adopt a system like that, which is why best case scenario is we'll see that stuff get adopted in smaller states. You'll see new systems get that's why the states are the laboratories for the government, whatever the expression is, that we test out new ideas in governance and new ideas in policy at a state level, and then eventually it moves upwards, which that's kind of the way the government in the United States has functioned and probably will continue to function for a long time. So yeah, I expect to see you'll see some city in the United States at some point in the next 10-15 years adopt a universal basic income system. Just as
a fucking population boom immediately.
Well, yeah.
It's time to move there.
Exactly.
Oh man,
and it won't work
They
because
won't have a good
yeah,
time.
because there's too much of an issue there. But
Yeah, that'll be an issue. They'll have to have like a a prove your residency for the past 2 years
right.
thing.
That's why
in order to
that's
get
why
it
it'll
to
show up elsewhere in the
work.
world a lot sooner than it will in the United States.
Yeah.
It'll show up in the United States a lot. If it given as I've tried to argue, an increase in productivity, increase in automation, increase in lifespan, eventually it'll be necessary. I think that you can make that argument pretty well.
Uh-huh.
The question of when is obviously very much up in the air. The question of when it's addressed is also very much up in the air. I suspect when it's addressed will be much later than it's needed. But, that'll just happen. We'll probably honestly I expect to see it happen in our lifetimes, but even that is a little uncertain to me. If you wanted to what?
Why couldn't this happen 20 years ago?
Because we didn't need it 20 years ago, and we don't need it now.
No, I was talking about when you're 90.
Yeah. Well, when I'm 90, here's the thing.
You won't be moving or thinking.
Yeah,
or saying
I'll be
anything.
dead.
It's true.
It's also contingent a lot.
Yeah.
All of this doesn't matter if we invent fusion. Like if we come up with fusion, then everything else is just more or less irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean at that point we just have free energy.
Yeah, once we have free energy, everything's fine. It's really a race. It's a race between did we build too many robots and did we invent fusion? And where you fall on those two scales determines how much social unrest you experience between.
Oh man. Shit, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, but the thing I like the most about UBI is that it gets rid of the major issue that I have with basically every welfare system, which is that once you price out of a welfare system, you're essentially making less.
Yeah.
Like if you make 29,000 and you get 5,000 in benefits, you don't want to get a raise to 30,000 and then not have the 5,000.
That's absolutely true.
Oh, wow.
There is
that's an issue with single moms. It actually works out to where they get more in terms of total worth of the benefits if they make 19,000 versus 65,000.
Are you
and
serious?
at every level between that. Yeah, it's fucked.
That's fucking crazy.
It actively punishes an socioeconomic improvement on the individual level.
And that varies between different systems of welfare, but there is absolutely downward pressure to stay where you are in terms of the benefits you're receiving instead of you can very easily start earning too much and then you lose your benefits.
And that's a major factor in how the whole fucking the wage disparity in the United States, but people don't talk about it as much because the 1% meme is just much more appealing to the masses of people who don't want any changes to their income.
Yeah, but that's a smaller factor though, Thomas.
I don't know. I think
just based purely on
Thomas,
based purely on just the statistical numbers. The wages are growing at the top end and not much elsewhere. That's it.
Well, yeah, I'm saying this is the problem. This is part of the reason why the bottom end isn't going up.
Right, but the bottom end is more or less it doesn't increase in population.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. What you're saying is the bottom, the wages are more or less stagnant at the bottom. But the issue people take with isn't at the bottom and it isn't at the top. It's that the middle class is being gutted more or less by lack of upward mobility and lack of wage increases, which is true. There's a migration from the 70 to 40%. That population shrinks and the other percentages grow. Obviously. Well, not obviously, but this is way too technical, and we're just not informed enough, honestly, for this discussion. I'm just gonna say it. Look, we're not informed enough, perhaps not smart enough to have this discussion. But
nothing like a McDonald's topic.
I don't know. I feel honestly,
it is no, Thomas. It is important. It is important
for a month and a half. You'll have 100 different opinions.
Yeah.
So honestly, fucking just everybody's an economist now. Fuck it. Why not?
Because it's not a good system.
It's the system we already have, Ben.
Yeah.
Literally any idea you have, there's somebody who advocates
all I'm trying to say is don't come to us for this information.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's entirely.
I don't want to be
for the memes.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the market of giving people policy advice.
Oh man, I do.
Well, I mean, look, sure, nice idea. That'd be a great job, whatever. But I meant in this venue, at least.
Oh yeah.
All other constraints, this podcast is not where that should happen.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So good luck.
Man,
good luck.
about that time.
Various Ontario cities.
Yeah, I hope it works out for them.
With your, Canada's got a whole thing going on, man. Canada is so like us, and at the same time so different from us, in very specific.
I don't know. I feel like
ways.
we mostly only hear about how they're more progressive. We don't really hear that much about the more rural areas of Canada, where it's significantly more similar to our like Appalachian.
Oh yeah, no, Canada
stuff.
like as a society, Canada is very similar to us, but they aren't a good comparison. They're a good comparison in a lot of areas and a very bad comparison in other areas. Simply because they have the land component, but then at the same time smaller than California in population. So you could some of the policies can
Cold as
work.
dicks up there, Thomas.
Yeah, some of the policy ideas can work and are translatable because we share a lot of similarities. But at the same time, there's some pretty significant differences, which means other areas aren't translatable. That's all I was trying to get at. Or maybe California's not bigger. Anyway, they're both in like the mid 30 million. They're right next to each other. I don't remember which one's bigger offhand.
God, that's fucking nothing up there.
Yeah, and they all live within like 20 miles of the border.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or like 75% of people live within 20 miles of the border, and 95% live within 100 or something like that. So, it's all.
Could you live in Canada and then work in the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a work visa.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's plenty of people doing that.
Oh, or you mean you just drive back to Canada at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah,
happens.
you can totally do that.
Yeah.
Drug dealers do it all the time.
I mean, people do it. Yeah, seriously, like people do that like in like the United States and Mexico all the time. I'm sure it happens with Canada. We like Canada.
Yeah.
So that's
for how long, I wonder.
Oh, we got to pick a movie for next week.
Yeah.
I want to do the It remakes
God
previous
damn it.
adaptation. Just because I think Corey would have a terrible time, and I think it'd be hilarious.
I could just.
Wait, you want to do what, Thomas?
I want to do the old It.
Okay, the old It.
Let's do that the week before the movie.
Man,
comes
that's
out.
5 months away.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Why would we watch that
I need
now?
to prepare. I need to prepare, Thomas.
Oh, fuck you. Fine.
And also, it's only 3 months away, really,
We could choose an animated movie.
because it comes out like the beginning of September.
Oh, we could choose an animated
Oh wait,
movie.
shit!
We were,
September isn't the 9th month of the year. What am I talking about?
Nothing.
Somebody needs to cut my brain out. It's a piece of trash.
I like
Yeah.
Corey's idea, though. We should do an animated movie. We haven't done one of those on the cast before.
Okay, you want to do the Great Mouse
We were
Detective?
No. Let's do. Is fun? Fuck.
We're not doing Fern Gully. We did that, we watched that together, a couple years
You say a
ago.
week ago.
Basically.
Last week.
There's always the Pokemon movie that we didn't watch.
I don't know.
Wait, is that a new one?
No, a Pokemon movie I meant.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Fuck that. No, I want to watch a good animated movie.
Once Upon a Forest.
No, that was bad.
Is it? Fuck you then. You're
It
garbage.
was bad, Corey. It was no good.
The Goofy movie?
Shit, yes. wait. We gotta
Wait.
find out which one.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't
Goofy.
remember which one's
Well,
which.
there's the first
An extremely
one.
goofy movie.
Extremely Goofy movie is the one where he goes to college and there's a skateboarding competition.
It's-
Yeah, that shit's
A
dank.
Goofy movie
Let's go
is
that
the one
one.
where they go on a road trip and Bigfoot's there.
Oh wait, is
One's
Wait.
Bigfoot, one's skateboarding, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
which one has like the RV that's neat?
That's the
I
Goofy
think
movie.
that's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's do Bigfoot.
Okay.
Okay.
A Goofy movie.
I don't. What the
I
fuck
mean,
is
just
it?
watch
Is
both
that
of
what
them.
it's
They're like an
called?
hour long, right?
Yeah, they've got to be, right? How could they not be? Tune in next
Oh, yeah,
week
it's just
to
called
listen
A
to
Goofy
us
Movie.
talk about goddamn a Goofy movie.
The movie
Oh,
made
God
$35 million. You shut the fuck up.
That's
Man, that's more than I'll ever make.
that's
true.
Probably
By $35 million.
True. Bye, everybody.
All right.
See ya.
Oh fuck.